Appreciate the invite, man.
Oh man, for sure, bro.
You are definitely the cornerstone of the business. Like, so you see all the people I know.
Yeah.
Came through you. I didn't even know that.
No doubt.
You
That's
know?
why.
People every day reaching out to me. I love what you do. I want to follow your footsteps. Can you help me? And I can help people in my shoes. One thing I learned in this business, Rahmel, if you got work, anybody got work. I don't want your work. I got my own work. But if we come together, if you short a truck, maybe I could give you a truck. If you short, like we help one another, build a nice team, you're always gonna be working. I'm going to take care of my team no matter what. You come over this 9 to 5, I'm gonna show you how to get it.
Do you still drive the trucks?
Absolutely. You paying me good money to listen to music all day? Like, you boss man, I wanna do this. I love what you do, I just want the money. I got a passion for it. I love this. I did the math. Once the pink slip on these 8 trucks is in, you can't tell me nothing. You can't, you know?
Man, work smarter, not harder, man. That's what it's all about.
I'm a businessman, man. My name is Sean Link, better known as Link, owner of Link Global Transportation, and you are now watching Truck and Hustle.
All right, so you are the owner of Link Global Transportation, dump truck company out in Raleigh, North Carolina. Tell me about Raleigh, man. What's going on out there?
Raleigh is the melting pot. Listen, Raleigh is good for anybody who want to get in the industry. The work is outrageous. Like, you cannot go a day without moving your truck, basically. Like, we're short trucks all over North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, when I got in the industry, they told me we're like 200, 300 trucks short. I ain't believe it, but there's facts to that. Like, every contractor needs trucks.
When you call it the melting pot, what do you mean by that?
Meaning, like, we got so much work, and I'm not throwing that like at any other state because I don't know what they got. But I would say right now, if you want to get into the industry, North Carolina's the place. Like,
okay.
We got projects that's lasting 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Like, it's a lot of work down there.
What kind of projects?
You got Apple. You got car industries coming. You got IT companies coming right now. They're talking about like that to put people through work, like good jobs coming.
Yeah.
You got the pickleball arena about to be built. It's a lot coming.
You got parts in some of that?
Not the pickleball, this and that, but when it comes to the retaining walls and stone, we should have definitely some work in that.
Okay, all right, man. So tell us about Link Global Transportation, man. Give me the high level. What does Link Global Transportation do? What do you specialize in? What's your niche? Just give me like the elevator pitch.
I tell everybody we do everything. I mean, we haul topsoil, mulch, stone. I don't really mess with asphalt because I like to keep the trucks clean, but dirt, you name it, concrete. If it could get in the truck, we doing it.
Okay. How long you been in business?
5 years now.
5 years. And how many trucks?
5 at this moment.
5 at the moment.
Yes,
and
sir.
you guys have the glow in the dark trucks, right?
Yes, sir.
Any reason why you did that?
So I was prior law enforcement, and the doors, like at nighttime, if you go into a house or you on a call, you know, you can't see the lights and stuff like that. So basically, we have reflectors so that people could see. It just reflects off the light and stuff like that. So I'm a marketer. Like, I brand everything. So at nighttime, we coming down the highway and the lights hit it, you're gonna see the company. So that's the reason. And then my little daughter too, at the end of the day, when we put this together, she thought it was a good idea to market the brand so everybody knows who Link really is.
Yeah. All right, so tell me the story. You just now said you come from law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
So you got your career started in law enforcement. Was that the first career path you chose?
No, sir.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself, man. I know you're from Jersey.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me.
Started, well, every, it's different decades. So my mother was like, you got to get a job with a pension. So I was looking at her like, a job and a pension. I was young because I played sports. I thought I was going to the NBA. I ain't gonna lie, I was nice.
All right, y'all, quick word from our sponsor. Discover the hassle-free trailer leasing experience with Paramount Trailer Leasing, a family-owned business based out of the greater Fort Worth area. With more than 30 years of industry experience, they offer a range of high-quality trailers from flatbeds to dry vans and specialized models designed to meet all of your transportation needs. Enjoy flexible lease terms, competitive rates, and a same-day simple leasing process that requires no credit checks and guarantees trailers with no recap tires. Just fill out an online application, have your lease agreement prepared, receive a call to arrange pickup, sign the agreement, hook up, and get on the road all in one day. Visit ParamountTrailerLeasing.com today, and also you get free brakes for the lifetime of your lease just by mentioning Truck and Hustle. All right, y'all, let's go.
Just keep it 100.
He said I was nice.
But
what position?
Power forward and center.
Okay.
I played, not to give my age away, but I played back with Larry Johnson from UNLV.
Okay.
Way back then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of telling my age.
I thought you was going to go way back to like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like the skyhook or something like that. I mean, Larry Johnson, that's my era. So yeah.
So anything inside the paint,
Grandmama.
I was dunking on you, anything in the paint. Keep it real.
Okay.
So mom was like, you got to get a job with a pension and benefits. And I'm like, I ain't know too much about that. So I had started working at the state of New Jersey doing maintenance. During that time, there was a posting that was up there for part-time, overtime for snow removal. So it was like, I was like, snow removal, what's that? They were like, they take you to get your CDL, and then you could snow plow when it's snowing and stuff like that. And it's always snowing up here, you know that consistently. So I went home, I was like, Mom, CDL? She's like, that's a backup plan. You should definitely do it. So I applied. We went to the state parks, practicing the dump trucks and stuff like that. And I was like, it's cool. So I was driving with one hand, and so I was like, oh, I could do this. So I passed. All right, got my CDL.
How old are you at this time?
You put me on the spot, bro.
Come on, man. We know you seasoned.
I was about 22.
Okay.
22. I was young at that time. So first snowstorm came. I had my CDLs. I went out there. Old man he called me youngster. He said, you're not driving this truck yet. You just got your CDL. So I sat in the passenger seat, and we snow plowing and stuff like that. And it snowed again. I'm in the passenger seat. So after 2 weeks, I got that check. I was like, what? And I ain't even drive. So I was like, okay, bet. CDL is where it's at. So went back to, I'm still at the state now while I got my CDL. Now I'm saying to myself, I got to do better than this, because I'm 21 years old and I'm making good money. Like for the state, $2,500, $2,800 a week. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
So at that time, I wanted more for myself. So I applied for Amtrak. Right? So Amtrak was only hiring trackmen at the time, but I had my CDL. So a trackman basically is, if you ever been on the train tracks, you got the wooden ties, they call ties. You got the rail that goes like that, and the wood right there. From Sunnyside, New York, all the way to Virginia, I took out every tie with a machine here and there and replaced it with concrete, so that you see the Amtrak high-speed trains go on. So I did that. So I did real labor in life.
Yeah.
So, ballast.
Sounds like it sucks.
Did it? So when you talking about, you thinking you could just shovel ballast out with a shovel, you couldn't. You had to use a pitchfork. So I was like, this is some real work.
Right,
so
right.
In between each tie, we taking
popping
it up. So then they had a posting, up above, for fueling up the trains. So this guy took me on his wing. So now I'm fueling up the trains and equipment from Philly all the way down to Virginia. So now I'm doing that. And I'm like, I like this driving thing, fueling up. But then I was like, I got to do more, because I'm traveling. I'm young. It's okay when you're young. But now, I had somebody at home. I was like, I got to do something better.
That's right.
I left and went to New Jersey Transit as a conductor. So now I'm making real good money as a conductor. And I'm like, okay. But then when I found out later on, as when you're young, you get a job, you get money, you don't do your research. That's why I research everything. My retirement wasn't going to be till I'm 65. And I said, I ain't working for nobody till I'm 65. So I left New Jersey Transit and went to state corrections. And that's when the law enforcement started, going. So now I'm working state corrections going on 5 years. And my chief, after the 3rd year, he was like, you got to go. And I'm like, excuse me? He's like, you got to get out of here. And I thought he was like trying to kick me out in the back. I was like, Chief, but he said, nah, this ain't for you. He's like, I can see better than you. So I was on transportation, medical trips, all that. Every day he's like, you gotta go. And I was like, all right, he telling me something, because maybe he knows something. So now I put in for state police. And it's hard to get into state police, I ain't gonna lie. But under my high school yearbook, it did say New Jersey State Trooper, because I wanted to prove a point, like, you're not gonna let me not get in there because of what was going on with minorities and stuff like that. I wanted to prove to myself. First time that I ain't get in, they allegedly failed. The second time, they wouldn't let me in. They kicked everybody out the test. And then the third time I got in because I was in the process of becoming a traveling man in a square. You know what that is?
I do.
So God rest, my father, he pushed me to become a traveling man.
Okay.
So one of my lodge brothers just happened to be a traveling man. And so it went through. So now I'm working for the state police and had its ups and downs. You know how it is. Everything you see on the news is legit, what they be saying. And to be honest, I shouldn't even be here today. So now I'm driving. I'm the early car. I'm going home. It's an accident on the other side of the highway. And I say this all the time. Why do people always stop? So I'm looking at traffic on the other side of the highway, and it's a hill crest coming on 95. And now they outside the car. So I called dispatch. I said, anybody calling this accident? And he's like, no. I said, all right, I'll take it. I'm like, damn, I gotta take this. A guy comes over the hill crest, and I guess he see everybody standing outside. He didn't want to hit him, so he goes into the grass median. I'm like, look at this guy. Now, the guardrail straight down the center of the highway. I'm like, this guy, I don't understand him. So he's losing control of the car. Now, I know he's not going to hit me, so I'm thinking he's not going to hit me. Tractor trailer in the right lane right here, and then there's another car coming up. So his car hits the guardrail, debris splits in half. All that coming to my lane. Now, when you see emergency vehicles in the left lane, you're supposed to move out the way.
That's right.
That ain't happening. So the tractor trailer stops. This guy cuts in front of him. The debris goes in front of the car, and then he slams on the brakes. The debris hits, and then all I know is that I lost control of the car. I'm in the guardrail. When I wake up, the car's on fire.
Oh, wow.
So now I can't get out. And big as I am, like I didn't have a cage in the back of my car because I was one of the biggest guys. So I could move out. But when I woke up, now you got the car on fire. I had a concussion at the time, so I don't know what's going on. And now, with the car catching on fire, now I see two people trying to get me out. They just happen to be two correction officers. So now they get me out the car on fire. And I tell this story all the time. Back then, 2012, I think iPhones was like, I don't know, just popping at that time. I just got a new iPhone.
Yeah.
Can't walk. My leg is like that. I'm all messed up. I try hopping back to the car. I was like, oh, my iPhone. That's how you know I had a concussion. But because the car was on fire and my Benelli shotgun and all my ammo was in there, rounds are shooting off now from the heat. So it was a crazy scene. And so at that time, I'm in the hospital, found out I had a concussion, fractured thumb, fractured wrist, 2 torn labrums, 2 torn shoulders, and a fully torn PCL in my knee. Now, when athletes get hurt now, they got the ACLs and stuff like that. PCLs, they don't really mess with. And that's behind the tendon. They don't do surgery, so they couldn't do it. So the troop doctor was like, listen, you ain't going back to work. We can't take you back. Because we got to take a physical fitness. Like other organizations don't do it. Every year you have to pass physical fitness or you're fired. So he's like, you're not going to be able to do it. So right then and there, I'm out. My daughter's just born. Okay, she's 2 months at this time. So now, come to find out, she had 4 holes in her heart. And I always say this is a man up above that saved my life before, so that I could be here for her. She had open heart surgery a month later at that age. So it's all guys, that's what I say. So what happened was we ended up coming to North Carolina. And then her family, my wife's family, and was down here in North Carolina and stuff like that. And I said, you know what? Cost of living is cheaper. I was like, this might be the move. I said, because I can't go back to work. So spent some time, went back Jersey, thought about it, and then the family came down ahead, and I took care of everything that was up there. So now, this is where I tell everybody that's watching Truck and Hustle, this is where you come in, because you got a lot to do with my success. And it's a crazy story.
Talk to him.
So now I go on Indeed, all right? And I took the first job, which was Pepsi. So Pepsi up north made good money. So down there, I thought I was getting money. I dressed up in suit, this and that. They said, we'll pay you $15 an hour. I'm like, what? But I took it. So at the end of the day, me and my boss was clashing and stuff like that. And I was just like, this job ain't for me. So I said, God, please give me a sign. I said, just give me a sign because I got to do something. Next day, one of my job stops was MAC Kenworth, was a dump truck dealership. So now I go up in MAC, start filling the sodas and stuff like that. And I don't know the difference. So I said to the lady, Miss Jackie's her name, I said, excuse me, ma'am, how much are these dump trucks? And she was like, I think they like 200 or something thousand. I'm not sure, this and that. And I was like, okay. I was like, can I speak to someone? She said, well, I could get you to our salesman and stuff like that. She said, because I don't want to tell you the wrong information. I said, okay. And then she said, you don't sound like you from down here. And I said, I'm not. I said, even though I was raised in New Bern, North Carolina for like 5 years before I went back up there, I said, no, I'm not. She said, what brings you here? I said, cost of living. I said, I just want to make sure my daughter's good. So I'm trying to figure it out. I got hurt in law enforcement, so I want to start. And the next thing you know, I'm telling you, she starts shaking. I'm like, what's going on here? She's shaking. So being in law enforcement, first thing I did was look at the cameras because I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Tears came out of her eyes. And she said, I just had a testament. I said, a testimony? She said, no, a testament. So I said, okay, what happened? She said, you're going to be one of the top dump truck companies down here. I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, can you just do me a favor? And I said, what? She said, start writing down these companies, get their information, just watch, she said, because a lot of them, they're not what they really say. That's all I'm going to tell you. She said, but you'll see what I'm talking about. She said, but you're going to be really good at it. I can tell it. I just felt it real quick and stuff like that. So I went home. I'm like, what's going on with this lady? So I ended up meeting with the dealer, asked him how much the truck was and stuff like that. And I said, okay, thought about it. Came back again, met with the dealer. I'm like, you can't do nothing with that price? He's like, nah, COVID and stuff like that. I said, all right, I'll tell you what. If you could find me somebody that's out here doing it, I'll buy the truck. I said, because I'm just not going to jump into the situation without, before. That's a lot expensive truck. So now, meanwhile, while he's doing that, I'm knocking on doors. I'm going around to construction workers, companies, people. You in the gas station. My man, I'm trying to get a, dump truck. How's the business, this and that? And you got like 90%, oh man, you don't want to do this, man. You don't want to do that. And that's hate about gatekeeping. Like, for real, man? Man, these people don't want to do that. I'm like, all right. So then the dealer hooked me up with a guy in Raleigh. He's supposed to be the big dog and got all the trucks and stuff like that. So I sat down with him, had a meeting with him, said, I want to get on and stuff like that, but I'm going to buy a truck. And, he said, I'll run you. He said, I got all the work and stuff like that. I said, for real? So he gave me the numbers and stuff like that. If you run tonnage, I get that. That's all I run is tonnage. I may have some dirt, this and that. And he said, you'll be able to pay your insurance and your truck the first week. And I'm like, what? So right off the back, I'm doing numbers. I said, okay, so you got week 2, 3, 4. I could pay for that. I said, you sure? He said, yes. So I went home, did the math. I was like, something ain't right. And it was more of me hesitant. Because when you kicking out, like I had the money, like I was like, man, I kick out all this money and it don't work. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm still knocking on doors. Weeks go by. My cousin, her husband, been trying to get me out because, coming from Jersey to the South is different. Like nothing is, every weekend of Jersey, you going out in the weekend, you going to the city, you doing this and that. North Carolina ain't really had that. And I don't know if it was like I was missing everybody back home. I was like, man, I'm not going out. Finally, my cousin tricked me. She was like, what's your address? I'm sending you a card because I kept telling her and her husband, no. I said, oh, my address is, she said, good, I'm on the way to come get you. And I was like, oh. I said, all right, I'll meet y'all. So we end up going to the spot in North Hills called Level 7. It's a rooftop. So I go up in rooftop, and there's the guy that the dealer met me with. And he said to his wife, hey, this is the guy from up north I'm going to put, that I was going to put on. He said, you ready? I said, man, those numbers don't sound right. I said, I just didn't feel it. So he said, well, how you figure? So he threw out some numbers. And I said, that's what you said? And he was like, yeah. I said, all right. Bet, I got you. I said, I'm going to go get the truck next week. So I went back to the dealer, told him, get the truck. I want it. So now the truck comes. Still hesitant. I got a brand new truck on the lot. And I'm like, okay. So now, who's next? Oh, so now open up social media. And what do I see? Lady Lockie. So I'm
Shout out to Lady Lockie.
Yeah, so I hit her up, whatever, and she gave me her information and stuff like that. We chopped it up. And I was like, that's what's up. So when I hung up with her, and mad respect to her, she gave me nothing but good information.
Good people.
I still wasn't sold. Still wasn't sold.
Man, Lady Lockley couldn't sell you. She's a hell of a salesperson, man.
She had me sold, but when you
remember when she was on the show, she was running in the green, the Corvette or whatever she had. Yeah, she's good. She's good money.
Good people.
That's
good
our people. Yeah.
But me, when I'm saying I know what I got in my bank account, which is a decent amount of money, and I spend it's got to be correct.
All right.
So now,
what's a decent amount? How much you had in your account?
Keeping it a buck.
A buck, yeah.
That time I had about 250.
Okay. So you could have bought the joint cash straight
Yeah,
up. All right.
250. Yeah, because of the accident too. I
Yeah.
might as well tell it all. The accident, I had money coming in, from workers' comp, all that.
Got
So
you.
now you're in a new state. You want to make sure you're correct with the money. You just don't want to blow it. But
For
that
sure.
$15 at Pepsi wasn't doing it. So now,
Could I ask you a question real quick too?
yeah.
You said you couldn't get back into law enforcement, but you were able to meet the physical demand for driving a truck. What happened with that? Like,
So as far as the state police criteria, you got to be able to pass. I could go anywhere. Like when I came down here, I went to Cary Police Department, Raleigh PD, and right away they was like, with your credentials, you could be a lieutenant in a couple months. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, what's the pay? And they was like, I was like, no, I'm
Okay.
good. I'm not
Understood.
carrying no
Okay.
So
makes sense.
yeah. So now I'm like this. Something got to give. So now my man from Jersey called. He said, you get that truck yet? I said, no. He said, yo, my man back home is doing it. He's a good brother, same story as you, educated and stuff like that. I said, well, think he'll talk to me? He said, yeah. I said, shoot me his number. Shot me a number. I went and text, like, I'm from Jersey, I'm in North Carolina, I'm trying to get in this dump truck business. I've been watching you. I just want to ask a couple questions before I jump out there. He's like, hit me up. I said, all right, can I speak to Hiro? So
Cruz.
Right. So Hiro, same story. Worked for Bimbo, I worked for Pepsi. Knew we could do better. He was knocking on doors, I was knocking on doors. That's still my man, Hiro.
Good people, man.
Yeah, I'm a little mad at him right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What Hiro do to you, man?
He hit me up when the Bills was playing the Chiefs. My nephew played for the Bills. So he was like, put that money up right now. And I was hesitant. When it comes to money, I'm like, I gotta be strategic.
Facts.
I said, I got you. It wasn't even in the fourth quarter. He's like, Venmo my money now. I was like, yeah. But that's my man. I talked to him recently.
For sure. Shout out to Hiro.
So this is why I say your platform, not knowing, because I didn't know nothing about you at the time.
Yeah.
My whole why I'm at where I'm at today.
Connecting dots.
Connecting dots.
Yeah.
So Hiro talked to me. I said, all right, I'm definitely gonna get the trucks. So next day, weekend, Saturday, I remember like it was yesterday. I go on social media, and Shanti and G Hoffman got a dump truck webinar coming out.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm gonna do it, $500. Now, I got the truck, got the insurance, got everything. Still sitting on the dealership though.
Right. This must be like 2020, 2021, right?
Yes.
At this point. Because I remember when they did that, when they were doing that webinar.
Yeah. So I get into the webinar with them. Shout out to the Hoffmans.
Yeah, shout out to the Hoffmans for sure.
Good information. But they kept saying to me, you got everything. What you ready for? Why you don't start? I'm like, I'm getting there. And I'm still nervous. Meanwhile, I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money for that truck. So in that webinar, they said, Link, you in Raleigh, this person's in Philly, this person that y'all need to network. And that's what life is about. Networking, getting to know. Relationships mean everything to me.
100%.
100%. So now I meet G5 up in there. Great. That's my man.
Yeah.
So he's down in Houston. Now he's hot shot and he's doing that. We stayed in touch and stuff like that. He said, yo, I want you to meet my peoples. He said, they're going to get you on point, this and that. So now it's Jay Rich who was on the platform.
Yeah, for sure.
So Jay Rich she saw the truck. She's like, that truck beautiful. She said, you certified? You government certified? You got DBE? I said, no, I'm not all that. I'm just dyeing my eyes, crossing my T's, because that's an expensive note out there. She said, I'm going to call you tomorrow. Jay Rich introduces me to Tiffany. Tiffany is my dog. Like
Tiffany Latoya. Yeah. Good people.
Anybody want to get DBE certified?
all our folks. Shout out to Tiffany Latoya.
Yes. So you want to get certified, that's the one. Tiffany, she will get it done. And when I say her and Sade don't play, like, I'm going to tell you the story. She got me certified. And the way she got me certified, now this is where my company started going. I should have been certified. But when certain women make that phone call, they called me up the next day. It was like, oh, we ready to give you everything. They said, oh, where's your office at? Now the guy calls and says, do you mind if we do a FaceTime or whatever, or do you want me to come by? I said, I'll be working. He said, I'll do it in the truck. I'm not making this up now. So he videotapes me in the truck, like, all right, Mr. Link, do you got this and stuff like that? So I got everything, this and that. Again, he said, you're not from down here? No, I said, no, I'm from there. I said, but I grew up in New Bern, a town called James City and stuff like that. He said, James City? I said, yeah, 710 William Street. He says, you know what Vale Street is? I said, that's behind me. He's like, I lived on Vale Street. He said, wait, Miss Leola? I said, Eleanor? He said, no, Leola. I said, that's my grandmother. He said, I know you. I said, nah, you don't know me. I've been in Jersey for a minute. I said, who are you? So he's the head of Department of Transportations.
Okay.
So it's just crazy how everything is connected. That's why I said, so he gives me all his information. I'm certified now from DOT, DBE, and stuff like that. He said, I'm gonna let you know what contractors to deal with, who to talk to, and stuff like that, and what's coming out ahead. So then that's how the DBE got started.
Gotcha.
So now I finally get out there working. I go pull the plug. I pull the plug, get the truck, and I'm out there working. And I'm like, oh man, I love this. Getting stone from the quarry.
How do you purchase a truck? You had the cash, but what'd you do?
I had to put down some cash.
Okay.
At first, he told me it was with my credit, everything was good. He was like, I just need like $10,000 to put down on the truck.
Okay.
So when it was time for me to get the truck with COVID and everything, he was just like, and this is why you always gotta be careful to things. He was like, I need your bank account again. He said, things changed or whatever. I said, you know what? I'm already good with the truck. You ain't need that. So I showed him my bank account, and he's like, I actually need $50,000 for you to get that truck. So I went home, talked about it. She's like, yo, That's how I said, you could burn that truck. I said, I'm not giving you $50,000. So the missus was like, at the end of the day, you got to understand, he's getting his commission. He saw your bank account and all that money.
Right.
He amped it up. So I told him, I said, she said, if you ask for 30 should be right on point with what you're paying for the truck. So I said, I'm not doing it. So when you tell somebody this, and I tell everybody that, I'll call you right back, and he called back within 2 minutes, you ain't talk to nobody. He was like, all right, I could do it. So I gave him $30,000 for the first truck.
Okay.
So
30 down.
Yeah, 30 down. Truck was good and stuff like that.
What kind of truck you get?
Kenworth T80.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Any particular reason why you got that model? Is that just what people told you to get? Or?
Yeah, I just loved how it looked. And then with my brand, the marathon continues, Nipsey blue. My daughter's favorite color is blue. My favorite color blue. It's just how I went with it.
Okay.
All
right.
So so I get out there working, and I'm like, I'm loving this. Like, cause it's simple. I'm going to the quarries. We going up to 440, dropping stone, this and that. I'm like, it's easy. So everything's good at first. Then I ain't get that paycheck. All right.
Okay.
And then
now you said you went out there working. Where'd you get that first opportunity from? I know you said you got it through the DBE guy.
No, so who the dealer connected me with.
Oh, the same guy who said he's gonna give you the work.
Right.
All right. So you called him back. You're like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So now I'm running on 440. I'm running back and forth, and it was smooth. Like I'm getting these loads in and stuff like that, and getting the money at one point, and then now I'm not getting no money. So thank God I had that money in my bank account. So now again, so he tells me, contractor's not paying and stuff like that, but I'm gonna get you your money. I said, listen, I'm not gonna be digging in my bank account like that. I need my money.
Yeah.
But again, I come from somewhere different. I keep thinking north and south. Like you can't be aggressive how you are back home.
Yeah.
And I know I'm much smarter than that.
How much are we talking about? How much does he owe you at the time? Like how far back in payments are we? A couple months? 6, 9, a year?
Bro, my car note, truck note, it was thousands. But because I loved it and started getting a passion for it, I wasn't thinking, I was just out there. So at that time, I went to the dealer and said, the guy you referred me to, like, what's up with that? Like, he not paying. And then he was like, I'm sorry, I'm hearing a lot about the guy, but I got a guy for you that'll definitely take care of you and stuff like that. I'm telling you, you go to him, he's up and coming in Raleigh. I said, all right. So I went to go see a gentleman by the name of Mr. Nate. And he's from Jersey, coincidence.
Okay.
So I go over there dressed like I'm a businessman, suit, stuff like that. He's like, I'm gonna run you immediately and stuff like that. Appreciate it. And I told him my vision. At the end of the day, taking care of the families first. I'm not here for no nonsense. I just want to make money, and grow. And then he came out and said, I could see you in a couple of years being bigger than me. He said, you're very articulate, you're business savvy, you know how to get to things. You're gonna be bigger. Now this man got 40 trucks. I'm saying to myself, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna get 40 trucks, but maybe again, somebody seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself. So now he's running me. And now with him running me and stuff like that, I'm loving it. Paycheck on time. So he'll run me out the quarry at first. And then I'm going to the asphalt plants, stocking the asphalt plants so that guys could get stone and stuff like that. I'm doing dirt jobs. He wanted me bad to do asphalt. I was like, I ain't doing no asphalt, man. My truck looked too good to be that. But I know how people say, yo, don't fall in love with your truck and stuff like that. But it's a brand, it's a business. You understand? Like I'm basically the legacy of my father. I'm trying to keep it going.
Yeah.
So now one day, about 12 o'clock, I'll start recording. And I just happen to say, this the midday ride along with Link Global Transportation. Is this what we doing today? And I ain't expect this. People all in my inbox and DM and stuff like that, like, oh man, that's what it's like. And then I said, I'm gonna do it again tomorrow and stuff like that. Midday ride along. And now people are hitting me up talking about, I appreciate you. You actually showing the real, what's going on out there. You're not just saying, let's do this, let's do that. You're actually showing us. And I was like, yeah, I'm showing you the good and the bad. Like there's times that I showed the bad that I'm letting people know, like a couple months ago, if I would have went another inch, I would have flipped my truck. I was stuck on a job site because that's another thing I tell people. You can't always pay attention to the people that be like, back it up, back it up. And even if you got a camera, guy was backing me up and I started feeling unbalanced. I said, something ain't right here. So I stopped, I got out, my truck was leaning another inch. So they wanted to make sure I didn't sue or not like that. They went and got an excavator, put the bucket inside my truck and pulled it, this and that. It had a dozer in front of it, pulling. And they like, we don't want to have we don't want to be responsible or something. I said, man, I just want my truck out. So I showed people that too. And they was like, yeah, man, you show everything. That's what you're supposed to do.
For sure.
So I feel like I got a calling to be, to the community itself, to keep helping the community and stuff like that. So now I'm out there working. So it's crazy. Like Mr. Nate's running me day. Now he's running me at night. So you run nighttime, it's like basically having two trucks. And I'm getting to it. So now.
Still just you?
Just me. Okay, so now I'm getting to it, daytime, nighttime. So we start at 6 a.m, done at 5. I may go home, take a quick shower, I'm back at it again and stuff like that. And then I said, I'm gonna get me another truck. So now I'm hustling to get another truck. So I'm still new in the game. And I'm thinking everybody's cool, this is my friend, this and that. So now it's not a nighttime, I take my truck to the gym. So I gotta get my workout in. So I go to the gym and Crunch Gym. Gentleman comes out and he's like, that's your truck? And everybody's speaking. I was like, yeah. He's like, your boss let you take the truck to the gym? I said, I am the boss. He goes, okay. He's like, well, I'm the head guy from Republic, which is like waste management. He's like, here's my card. He goes, you move contaminated dirt? I said, I move anything that pays. So I go back, mistake number 1, telling people that I'm just meeting in the South. Yo, I got a lane for moving contaminated dirt and stuff like that. Guy took, nah, man, you can't do that in a dump truck. Now, usually I study my craft like anything else. Like now, after work, I put an hour into my job, anything. Like if I'm an athlete, always study my craft, making relationships and stuff like that. So I went to him, I said, I can't do it. He said, no. He said, well, I'm gonna help you out anyway. I said, huh? So now he gives me a website, and not only a website, information on how to get into a hub just for dump trucks. So it's like a planned hub. So now if I go up there, because I got my information, it may be a Wendy's, it may be this building, it may be something. They may need stone, dirt, and something like that. So
like a network of people who need dump trucks.
Right.
Okay.
Along with other things. So I'm gonna explain that down the road where I'm at now. Concrete, other thing. So now he gives me that. So now I'm running with Mr. Nate still. I get another truck. Things going good. Got another truck. I'm out there just making money. How to guy, I love helping people. So I was referred this young guy. He riding, he doing all right at first, but I'm trying to still mentor and teach him and stuff like that. One day I'm about to get on the off ramp and I'm on the phone talking. And I see this truck go by, blue. And I looked out, I said, did I say Link? I'm like, is that my truck? So I called the driver, I said, what you doing? I said, what you do while the boss is here is what you do when I'm not here. You can't be driving these trucks like that. My bad, boss. I just wanted to get in front of, the traffic and stuff like that. I knew I was going to let him go because I just didn't want that responsibility of, I didn't think it was the right fit. About 2:30, 4 o'clock, about that, I get a phone call, my phone blowing up. And if I don't know the number, I'm not answering. Still ringing, I don't know, voicemail. Then fine, says, gotta be so. Let me pick up. And the guy was like, hey, do you know Kadeem? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, he just got in an accident with the truck. I said, accident? So they said, it wasn't his fault though. That's okay. So he gets on the phone. He said, yeah, I got into an accident. I said, okay, get the driver's information if it's not your fault and stuff like that. He goes, I rolled the truck. I said, you what? He said, I rolled the truck. So he rolled my dump truck, bear crawled it. So I called my man Bobby. I couldn't get to there in time. I called my man Bobby B. Cox and I said, could you get to my truck? Then I called Mr. Nate, who has a low boy as well. I was like, I need the truck is spoiled. He's like, how'd that happen? So I got good people trying to help me at the time, but he said, I'll call Dean's, they'll clear it up and stuff. So I get there and I'm looking at my truck. I'm like, first and foremost, I want to make sure, I said, you good? Because I don't know how he did. He's like, yeah, I'm good. And he said, guy just cut in front of me. And I'm just shaking my head. So the police was like, you the owner? I said, yeah. He said, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm just like, he said, it's okay. I said, no, it's not okay. So he goes, it wasn't your driver's fault. He said, come back with me. And I went back. He pulled out his phone. I always tell people, you never know who's watching. There's cameras all down the Capitol Boulevard. He showed my driver was driving straight in the right lane. Now, me as experience, I know what I would have did. So he's driving, and the guy thought he could jump in front and get in front of him, but he couldn't make it. So instead of my driver going straight, he tried to swerve, and he was loaded, and that caused him to swerve.
Right.
So he's ended up swerving, and
What would you have done differently?
kept going straight. He's his own, not my fault. You know, it depends if you loaded or not. And he wasn't going that fast. He was doing the speed limit, they said. But sometimes you got to think about other people. Like, I'm always looking in the mirrors no matter what. Because you got people that always want to ride up the shoulder and stuff like that. But if I see somebody making...
No signal or nothing like that?
No, he does that. And then, you know, from my background, defensive driving and stuff like that, I'm always, moving like that. So I probably would have... Well, first we'll check the mirrors or whatever. You step on the brakes,
Hit the brake.
loaded and stuff like that. You probably wouldn't have broke down in time.
Yeah.
To be honest. Or he wasn't that experienced enough. And that's my fault. But again, I love helping people. So it's not the end of the world. So now I don't have a truck. So now got this one truck running day and night. And now I end up going to the gym. Go to the gym, working out, and another guy, like, North Carolina people friendly, I'm gonna tell you. So a guy says to me, I'm always wearing my merch and stuff like that. The guy asked me about my company and stuff. He said, this your company? I said, yeah. He said, how'd you start it? I said, my own cash. He said, well, that's mistake number one. So I said in the back of my head, who are you to tell me what's mistake number one? But I'm always vigilant. I'm always listening to people because I don't know everything. So he said, you ever think about getting lines of credit? Use the bank's money and stuff like that. I said, yeah, about that. He said, I'm gonna show you. Now we working out, stuff like that. And I've been talking to the guy a couple of times. I'm not one of those guys that if I don't know you, I'm just gonna do all that. So he said, I'm gonna show you because we don't show each other how to do stuff like that. So now at the end of the work we done, he opens up his phone. He goes, just so you know I'm serious. He opens up his phone. This man got lines of credit out the, what? So I said, okay. So I leave gym, call my man. It's like my boss, y'all got somebody that can help us with and that's me again, not thinking about myself. Everybody get the lines of credit. It's like, all right, bet. So now this is where Link Global Transportation start really getting into things. I'm working out with a guy from New York. All right, he's got a concrete factory. My other boy, we become friends. We breaking bread on the weekend, hanging out. I'm going to see contract. His son played football. Actually, he's like the #1 junior in the nation right now as a linebacker. And I knew my man Daryl had a concrete company, but I don't ask nobody what they do. So now Daryl leaves to go to a concrete convention in Vegas. And all of us are working out time and stuff like that. And they're like, you getting in the sauna? Come on, let's get in the sauna. And I'm like, a suspect for a second. But I didn't think about it. No Diddy. Yeah, that. So I ain't think about it like that. I'm like, come on, man, get in this sauna. All right. So I'm in the sauna. We sitting there. So that's like when men release stuff, they do their talking. So it's like, yeah, what you do for a living? I'm a state trooper. Yo, he was in law enforcement. Oh yeah. Now, me and Mark, we cool. So anytime I'm on, I shouldn't give out all that information, but I know when things is happening because he in the state police. That's my man. Yeah. So now my buddy Paul is sitting next to me like, why you ain't tell me you had a dump truck transportation company? I said, one, you ain't asking. It's just like, look, we boys, why?
This concrete guy.
Nah, this is his friend now, my friend too now,
Okay.
Paul. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know. Like, we boys, I just work this, because I mind my business, I really do. He said, you ever work for like Fred Smith? This is a big contractor in North Raleigh. He said, Cardinal Silver, Sullivan, all these people. I'm like, yeah, I subbed on there. He goes, those are my friends. I said, huh? He said, hey, you know Link Global Transportation? And they're like, who? You ever see the blue dump trucks that glow in the dark at night and stuff like that? And they're like, oh, no. He's like, that's my friend. Work him. So I'm looking at him like, what are you doing? Like, so he's like, I got this person. He's like, this is all my network who I deal with. I got you. So I was like, well, I appreciate it. So I ain't take him up on the offer. So now I'm dealing with that. He needs a job done. And I said, this is when I asked my brother, he's like, you give me the trucks, I'm gonna make sure you good. So I reached out, this is when I started subbing. I reached out to my man, I was like, my brother, I said, yo, can I get a truck or two for a night? Just trust me, this is work. Because what Paul does, what his company does, any job site that's grading from in North Carolina, basically, and 5 other states, they blow up the sites. And that's how they make stone and for clearing and stuff like that. And I didn't know all that. Because again, it's not my business. But because this is my man, I'm eating dinner with you. I'm with your family, you with my, like, so we cool. So I don't even want to ask for no favors and stuff like that. So now he needs a retaining wall done. He needs another job done. He asked me to do it. So at the time, my brother, my man, he couldn't give me the truck. And so he said to me, you're a humble dude, but you're always worrying about everybody else. Let me see what you could do. And I'm like, huh? That's all right, bet. I went out there, knocked it out, and I loved it because if you ever go to his property, he don't got like, it's more than millions of dollars worth of equipment on his property. Like, this is a dude that make, I guess I could tell his numbers, like he don't make 20 million a year, 30 million. Like he makes
like hundreds of millions.
He makes money. And my other man, Tom, makes money too. So I'm gonna take their advice because they've been in the game a long time.
For sure.
So I did that, and he said, I got something where you can run stone every day. I started way back in the day. I got a guy that can run stone and stuff like that. And I said, okay, bet. So he told me the guy and what he was doing. And this is a guy over there that's running truck. I said, wait a minute. That's Greg Lyons from Lyons Trucking. Good dude. And I said, I know him. I said, nah, you don't have to talk to your guy. I'll just contact Greg because I don't do no undercut. That's just how I move. I am not going to call and have you put me on to something like that. When I say Greg is a good dude, he'll do it.
Right.
So I reached out to him. I was like, my man want to talk. He's like, I got you. And one thing I like about Greg is that he's like, I'm going to let you bring your team on and do your thing or whatever. I ain't going to bother you and stuff like that. So now I do that. I'm working with him. Now I got work with my man Paul's getting me work. And now Yellowstone. I call him Yellowstone, my man Tom. We became real cool, and what happened, he had a passage on his arm about palms, a church verse, a Bible verse, and that's how I knew he was a good dude. So one day he said, you work today? I said, nah, I ain't work today. He said, call my brother. So I'm like, who's your brother? He's like, oh, my brother got dump trucks, we got 4 farms, we got this. I said, what? So again, I'm saying to myself in the back of my head, like, damn, I didn't know that, like, but I don't ask. So I called his brother out. His brother was like, I could run you and stuff like that. And one thing about him, he said, your truck will always move. But like I tell Greg and everybody that I deal with, because now it's one thing I learned in this business. Rahmel, if you got work, anybody got work. I don't want your work. I got my own work. But if we come together at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, have a phone call. If you short a truck, maybe I could give you a truck. If you short, like we help one another or build a nice team, you're always gonna be working. And if some of the guys I spoke to about, they didn't want to do it. So now Nick from ARC, we used to talk all the time. He was frustrated with the industry. Now he got like 15 trucks. So Nick may give Greg work and Greg may give it to me, or Nick may go to me, or Greg may say, that's a Nick job through billing and stuff like that. All of us work together and it's a good thing. So now it's like ARC Landscaping, Lions Trucking, my boy from East Coast, and then now my man Tom. So I'm gonna tell you right now, what I'm about to tell you, people won't believe this, because I didn't believe it. I get a text from Paul, he goes, you see the paper? I said, no. He sends me an article. Tom has 4,000 properties under development right now. Now, if you told me that, I'd be like, you're lying. So I show you the facts right now. Like I have to show you this. Like it's crazy because this is my circle. This is my circle, and it's right here. Like you can read it right there. What it say? Right there.
Currently has roughly 4,000 lots under development with projects ranging from da-da-da-da-da. Yeah.
Right. So when people, I'm humbled to be in the situation I'm in. So I have the work, and I just take it day by day, and that's how Link Global Transportation is moving. You know what I'm saying? People see the trucks, always keeping the trucks clean. That's one thing. What I learned about contractors, they'll tell you, like, I'm a businessman. People may not like I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman before I'm a dump truck owner, driver, however you look at it. I mean, I'm anal, even with my subs. The subs are their trucks, but I'm also calling, are you here, are you there? And that's what the contractors look. And now you talking about guys that I deal with, they say, man, if I could have all your trucks, I would. Because keep them clean on time. And people, don't nobody care about you washing those trucks and stuff like that. But guess what? Apparently the people that's paying the checks care about that, or they see that and they say, if the man will take this much time to make sure his fleet is clean, then what does that say about him?
Yeah.
So again, I got a passion for it. And like I said, my DM messages, people contacting me all the time. Like, yo, I want to get in the industry. I want to say it. So I started consultations as well and stuff like that. So things have been good. I'm blessed. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Well, thank you for breaking down the abridged version of that story.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get into some of the meat and potatoes, man. So, what would you say right now is like your bread and butter? What does Link Global do mostly?
Haul stone out the retaining walls. I haul stone basically out there.
Haul stone and retaining walls. Now, when you talk about getting retaining walls built, can you kind of expound on that? Because people may have like a different idea what a retaining wall is. Like
basically, like, you know, when you got projects or homes and stuff like that, holds up the water and stuff like that when it's coming. So you build like the brick foundation so that, you know, it don't sink and stuff like that.
So you're taking your dump truck to different residences or commercial properties?
I'm all over, bro.
What are you doing more of?
It's a mixture.
Okay,
That's what's crazy.
Residential and commercial.
Yeah, it's that big. Yes.
Okay, so how do you break into the retaining wall niche? Like, I know how you kind of got into it, kind of through your network, but is that common? Is that something that?
Nah, that's just a niche. Because you got people that do asphalt, that love asphalt. You know, because the roads got to get done. You know, the government pays them a lot of money each year, and people do that. That's just not me.
Yeah.
Even though somebody talked to me the other day, like, don't you want to get like 2 trucks just to start doing asphalt and stuff like that? And they pay hourly with asphalt. You save diesel and stuff like that. But for me, for Link to sit in a truck that long, and people do things different. It's not my motto.
Okay.
It's not. But you need to understand too, the world, like I said, do my research. The world don't move without dirt. Like moving dirt, you put the dirt down first. That's how you build everything as well. I didn't know that at first until I started doing my research. So, you know, a lot of companies, you haul dirt by the hour. So I do haul dirt as well.
Okay.
But I like the movement of hauling out the quarry, and then, you know, the trucks are moving together and people observing how we move and how we do things and stuff like that. And plus, the tonnage, the rates are different. You know what I'm saying? Like I was working for someone before, I was making a certain amount of rate, but the rates that I'm getting now, there's no need for me to try to undercut somebody or do somebody because I'm getting paid good right now.
So you get paid tonnage.
Yes, when I'm doing out the quarry and stuff.
So
like
it's funny because most of the dump truck guys that I talk to, they don't like tonnage. They stay away from it.
I know.
So can you explain to me why that works for you?
Well, if you watch Side, I like to shake and bake, man. Shake and bake, we say. So I just like to be on the move, man.
And how you price. Can you just kind of get into what makes sense in terms of pricing tonnage the correct way? Just kind of break that down.
Yeah, so what I do, a lot of people may not do it because when I give prices, they pick, oh, I didn't know that. Every quarry I've reached out to, and I got their prices of what they charge for the stone. So if I'm doing a job too, I got to think of, if I'm doing the job itself, I got to make what the quarry is charging for the stone, and then I add a percentage on top of it. So to me, I move strategically all my life. So weigh the economy was after COVID. I said, I gotta make like 700 a day. And people were like, man, that ain't no money. So now with Tonnage, I have to, at one point, make, I was saying 900. But then when I got with this contractor, Greg and Man and Paul and Tom, they're like, no, your truck gotta make over 1,000 a day. So even when I work for them and the money I get from them, I'm in the right lane. Anybody knows me or see me? Like I used to be moving, but now my trucks, I tell my drivers to tell you right now, I don't know if you heard me before, right lane. Because the rates that I'm getting right now are good. So It's no need for me to be out here hustling and bustling, trying to do 10 loads and stuff like that. I could do 6, 7 loads today and I'm good.
So do the rates fluctuate, or once you lock in a rate, that's just kind of what it is?
Nah, they fluctuate depending on which job.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you expound on that?
So distance plays a part. I mean, I could be going like, I got my driver right now, the job going 10 minutes maybe up the road, if that. And I think we're getting $6 a ton maybe of that. It's not a far distance. So he could bang that out all day and I'll get a quick 1,000, you know, stuff like that. It's not far. Whereas I've gotten jobs that may be like 45 minutes, I'm getting paid $12, $13, $14 a ton. And what I didn't know when I first started, man, I put 23 on the back of that truck. I put the most and I'll be moving. And then I'll be like, just to make like good money. I was like, oh man, I'm getting it. Now that I got a good team where I'm at, guys let me know, all right, nah, you don't need to do that. This is what you get in the rate and this is what you're gonna do. So I got jobs, like I said, some pay 15 a ton, some pay 13, some pay 9. So right now I'm getting from $5 to $15 a ton on different jobs.
Okay. Because I could see how that would be like how you would, if you were trying to price it, you'd say, I want to throw as much on it as possible to make as much money.
Yeah.
But there's also like what wear and tear on the truck. There's also you burn more fuel the heavier you are. Like what are some of the reasons why you wouldn't try to just put a bunch, and obviously you can't be overweight as well.
Yeah, I don't do that because again, I'm not trying to, again, relationships is more important to me than dollar. I tell anybody that. They may look at me like I'm crazy. Like I got a good guy right now. You know, some of your guests probably told you too, don't fall in love with the trucks and stuff like that. I had a talk with my man D from TDL the other day, and he told me, man, you can't fall in love and stuff like that. But I am in love with the brand itself, and I'm a businessman. So when it comes to these rates and stuff like that, like prime example, Pull-Up Bar Master. I talked to him too, back and forth, go back and forth. And I forgot to tell you about the country CEO. Talked to him last week.
Okay, my man.
Every state is different because I'd be like, you getting what for, like Pull-Up Bar Master down there, you getting what for a rate? Like they getting good money for their tonnage, like way more than what we're getting. And they haul with tandems or triaxles.
Right.
We got quads and quad. You hardly see a triaxle working down there, maybe a couple. And their rates is better than ours. So you can't, I guess that the allotted money, I guess it will go up little by little each year because my team now, depending on the government, if the government cuts another percentage, like I got a good team, they'll tell you, don't buy no more trucks. Like we got guys coming from another state, well I say we, but my guy Paul, he's got companies from other states trying to come to North Carolina and work with him because other states are slowing down. So he lets me know too, maybe you should get another truck. I got 3 more on order right now.
Okay.
And I'm stressed about that right now, to be honest.
Why?
Because I just should tell you.
Just because you just the unknown.
Well, the unknown, but when I ordered these trucks, I ordered 2 of them a year and a half, 2 years ago, and the dealer kept giving me the runaround. Oh, the bed, we not getting this. So what happened was Kenworth now is affiliated with Road Force. They wanted me to get their bed, but the way my brand is how my trucks is, I use Godwin. And I'm also an equal opportunity employer as well. So I like to get the man door where you can open, because if I hire a female, what I look like having a female climb on the top of the bed when she could just go through the door and
just open it up.
out.
Yeah.
That's how I think about everybody. You got to be
sense.
smart with that.
Yeah.
So finally, I went to Peterbilt in January, who had Godwin. And he said, I probably can't get you the first truck until like July. So I said, July is fine. I suppose get the other one before then. Well, you know, you seen, they all came in the same month. 3 trucks just like that. And my dually all came in. So I'm stressed because I'm like, all at once? Like what am I doing? The note. But I got good support. that's got it. But the work, the rates, my drivers, my team. So yeah, everything's working out. Like I don't want to be that guy. Like, and you see my quotes, chasing longevity. It wouldn't be like when my daughter takes over. It's like, yeah, I know Mr. Link. Yeah, he was fair. He treated everybody right and stuff like that. I don't believe in hitting a home run. That's why I say chasing a marathon. Call the truck snip. I believe in getting on base. And once I'm on base, then once I get to first, then I go to second. I plan on hitting a home run, but right now I'm strategic about everything I do. And then like I share some of my information. Like I had a talk the other day, meeting with Greg from Lions Truck, and I told him, like, my people that I'm telling you about now, Tom and Paul and all my other friends, they're letting me know. And it's just like, I just not pushing the thread because I know they got me. Like I just showed you. I know they got me with the work. I'm just gradually going in like slow. And I just want to say this too to everybody. Never judge a book by its cover. Because when I was just with Paul a couple months ago, he was talking to somebody, a female. And I'm not going to say anything bad because I don't do that. But he's talking business. And I was doing lunges. And he said, you know him? And she goes, no. He goes, that's Link. He's like, I don't know Link. It's like some blue dump trucks. Oh, yeah, I heard of you. So he was like, run him. Just like that. I'm like, damn. She said, give me your information. So now, she said, you ever heard of a job called Solana? I said, I'm on Solana now, taking stones. She said, you ever heard of Sweetbriar? I said, yeah, I'm on that too. She said, that's my job. I said, excuse me? Now this is, I'm not saying the bad word. This is a female that I would have never known.
Right.
She was like, that's my job. She's the head of grading for one of the biggest contractors out there. So she said, give me your number and I'll run you. So like I told my team, we got another avenue, but I like to take baby steps. Because I don't want to be that guy that's just rushing, because I know the work we got. Because those jobs, Sweetbriar and Solana I'm on, my man that was on it before that, he started 2 years before that job. I started that job in February. And I can tell you right now, we in July, February last year. We're now in June going into July. That job's still going to be going for another 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So I like to play chess, not checkers. But it's definitely working out.
And those jobs are all private, right? Like they're not government at all. They don't have anything to do with like the government infrastructure, nothing like that. Those are all private.
Those guys bid on those jobs.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Like I've learned a lot. So now with Daryl owning the concrete company, he put me now in his office. So now he's running concrete. Now inside there you got a dump truck. And now you got a grading and an architect in there, a one-stop shop. Like, I didn't think nobody would do that, but now we find out everything. So now when I'm sitting there talking and listening, I could tell you right now what contracts is coming, what jobs is coming, and who got the contracts. So this is one, how people move, one circle, one stuff like that. So a lot of these guys bid on, I don't know how they get it, because one of his friends, like, he has all the work out there. I don't know how he getting it, whatever, and stuff like that. I don't want to say nothing bad, but that's how our team is and stuff like that. And when I say our team, my connection, my relationships more. Yeah. But I like to say my team because I don't mess with a lot of people. I mean, people might see my face now on Truck on Hustle and they would never know who I was in public or anywhere. Yeah. Because the way I move is I work. Each day I put an hour into the business. I work out. And then on Saturday, if I want to break bread with the fam or something like that, I'll go to North Hills, in town with North Hills or whatever with these guys, break bread, talk a little business, and that's it. You'll never know probably who Link really is if you don't. You'll never know. Yeah.
Do you still drive the trucks?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You paying me good money to listen to music all day? What? Absolutely. And I'm going to say this. Yeah. So when the other trucks was coming in, I don't know how people do it. And the teachers own. So when the trucks came in, I had to register, I had to do all this. So I'm up at the yard 5:30, straight to the gym. Then I go to wellness, ice chamber and stuff like that. Then I go to the office. I'm bored. I said, nah, I gotta get back in the truck. I don't know how people do that. Right. How you not doing nothing? You know what I'm saying? For the rest of the day. I was doing 2 a days at the gym because I was so bored. Right. I was making phone calls. And then not to mention it, my team, even my secretary, and I don't even say that, my secretary works for one of the quarries. So she's got an ear to the wall also. Who's got contracts? Who's got what? Who's running here? Who's doing that? And she said, boss, this is what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to tell too much about it. But
So you got to stay game ready.
get always.
But you don't necessarily have to be driving if you drive more so by choice because you want to stay sharp.
Listen, I got a passion for it. I'm not going to lie. People will tell you, I want to get that money like you, boss, man. I want to do this. I love what you do. I just want the money. I got a passion for it. I love this.
How long did it take you to get in a position to where you can get out the truck and you can actually have your guys running? Like, what was that like? How long were you in business before that happened?
Well, I have other businesses prior, but I say a good 5 years, because if you're still moving after 5, I mean, people do it before then, but if you know anything about business, you got to wait till at least 5 years to see if your company is still moving and stuff like that. So
I'm saying for you. Because, I mean, you've been in business now, since 2020?
Well, for this company, yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about the dump trucks. So, but you were able to get out the truck when? That's what I'm basically asking.
I would say now.
So now you're kind of at the point to where you can kind of...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This year, let's say
this year. Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Because I'm doing other things. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So it took you about 5 years to get to the point to where the business runs on its own without you, and you could be here interviewing, talking to me.
Yeah, but you saw it before. I was on the phone talking. I'm always like,
yeah, 100%. You no days off. No. Tell me about how you were able to build that kind of infrastructure and what that infrastructure looks like to be able to run what's now 5 trucks. You're ordering 3 more, so it'll soon be 8 trucks without you necessarily having to be there and doing anything. What does that look like? What does your team look like?
Well, I say patience, faith is everything. Being strategic, be yourself. You know, you may see this guy. I congratulate everybody. I don't care who you are. You got a good truck, I'm filming you. I'm putting everybody out there that I see that's working and grinding and stuff like that. I see, like, for me, like, I'm be honest, like, I'm just a strategic dude. Like, I gotta take my time. Just because it may look green don't mean that it's green.
Right.
So I move slow. Like, that's why I said, like, right now, I'm still making phone calls. I'm still talking to contractors. Because I got to kind of get a feel, like, this is going on. Like, I just got a call from a contractor in South Carolina and Virginia that's bidding on something that's coming down here that want to see if I'm available, if they could bid on me, being MDB as well, if my trucks would be available. And I say this, too, back to Miss Jackie, God bless. I would have did it without her telling me back then. My webpage, I don't even know if you see my webpage.
I have.
My IT guy is on point.
Yeah, it's fly. Right. Nice page. We'll put it up in the, we'll put it up now while we're talking.
My IT guy makes it so when you're looking for certain things, we pop up. People don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get...
In SEO.
Yeah, exactly.
Google search.
So, like, so definitely. So he sends me that every month, like, man, you got a lot of people searching you, a lot of people this and that. So again, even when I get contract people looking for work, I try to sub out to guys that I think I'm cool with or this and that and send guys to them because I don't want to take on too much because it's a big responsibility. Like I'll show you my phone now, people every day. I want to work with you. I want you to sub me out. I see your trucks moving and stuff like that. I just feel I owe it to the community to continue doing the right thing. So back on your question, I want to say patience is everything. And the way that I'm moving Link Global Transportation Link is that I'm taking my time before I jump out here and then do other things. You know what I'm saying? Because with these 5 that's moving now, with my trucks moving now, like I said, I'm starting my other business. I just need to know the work is there. So now, as I talked to my team last week, I'm about to go to another contractor and start running with that person. And they got continuous work, but when it rains, they ain't got no much work. They move a lot of dirt.
Okay.
So now we're going to start putting 2 trucks over there and move consistently. And then if I ain't got enough, I'll move 3 and sub guys out over there.
Okay.
You know.
So you basically like control like your dispatch. You dispatch your guys, you tell them what they're doing.
Yeah, my subs, all that. I do all that.
You take care of all that
I
yourself.
get it from somebody as well. And yeah, I take care of that. I got to have my hand in everything.
What about like invoicing and stuff like that? You handle all that too?
So that was it. Like, I'm going to be honest, like I did, because when I saw the money I was getting and stuff like that, I didn't want nobody to know what I was doing. I didn't want nobody to know about the money. I didn't want nobody to know about the trucks. I wanted everything. But then I had to realize, like, you know, they'll tell you, you got to have a good team. So now I got somebody doing my invoices. I got somebody doing all that. But I dispatch the trucks because I kind of had a couple incidences like where some people would get out there and do their own thing. And I don't care if you got your own truck, I'm still gonna reach out to the boss and the owner. And then you realize some of these guys you deal with, they don't care. Like, I don't care, that's my driver or whatever, stuff like that. And then I start stepping away from using you because if something happens, who they contacting? Me.
Yeah.
Like I had an incident the other day, truck was hanging almost off the back of the cliff. And I could tell he was mad. His text was, handle it. And I'm like, I'm mad. So now I reach out and said, what's up with your truck, man? Like, I don't care what nobody say, safety first. If you got a camera, look at the camera. If you feel unsafe, don't do it. So that's how I move about everything. I gotta have my hands in a lot, but now that I got a good support system, the invoicing, I got somebody doing the invoicing, I got somebody helping with the dispatching, payroll. My accountant's on point about everything.
Yeah.
Like if I use a penny and she feels some type of way, she's like, you ain't trying to be nosy, but why'd you spend that? Why you do that? You know what I'm saying? So now I'm no longer an LLC. You know what I'm saying?
Were you escort?
Now I am. Because that's when I knew after the 5 years and things was looking up and things was going the way it was, now escort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about like safety, compliance, stuff like that? You kind of like, how's your safety culture? How are you building your safety culture for your business?
Well,
something we don't talk about a lot on this show.
Me, that's number one. I don't care about nothing else. That's number one, safety. Make sure you got the PPEs and stuff like that. Like I subbed the guy out the other day and people say, there you go getting feelings again. I subbed the guy out. Like I had a good contract. I mean, still got the contract. And the guy would have to go upstairs to the contractor, get the paperwork signed and stuff like that. And the person ain't had no vest, no PPE and stuff like that. And they contacted me. And I'm like, your driver ain't had that. He goes, oh, well, somebody might have took it out. My old driver must have took it. But that's your company. These are things and necessities that you're supposed to have. Like I said, when you see Link in the street, he's always got his merch on. I'm always marketing. You always need to know who you are. Like you wear Nike, you wear Adidas, you wear stuff like that, designer, stuff like that. So safety is the most important and taking your time. And now, like I said, when I was first in the game, I was in and out, moving, doing my thing on the sites, moving fast. Now I'm just telling my drivers, you have to, because you never know who's watching. That's another thing. Because people pick up the phone all the time. Yo, I saw your trucks on the job site, man. They look good. Or, yo, I saw your driver do that. Like the other day, I didn't get the camera in the one that knew, but my other man called me up. He said, yo, just want you to know this company cut you off. This dude driving reckless. And I said, damn, my driver ain't even tell me. Safety, everything. I said, well, did he do the right thing? What did he do? He said, I just want you to know, because I didn't know if you had the camera. He didn't do nothing wrong. But he was saying safety is everything, because it's important, man.
Yeah.
It's important, because I want everybody to go home. I tell all my drivers, like, one thing about Link Global Transportation, the guys I hire right now, you can't work for me no more than 2 years. You got to be gone.
They can't work for you more than 2 years?
No.
Why?
Because I want them to get their own. It's a mentorship over here. Like, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. But you come over to me because you see what I'm doing and how I'm doing things. So I want you to have your own truck. If that's what because if you preach to me you want your own truck, I'm gonna show you how to get your own truck. I'm gonna show you how to get the lines of credit, and I'm gonna show you how to take care of your family. That's one thing I do love. I don't care what nobody say. I love helping people. That's it. My first driver, he came to me, Khalil Keys. He just called it on the way, and he was like, boss, man, I love everything you're doing. I said, you can't be here, man. No longer 2 years. So he left, still worked for me part-time. He went to the green company, Sunbelt, to learn how to strap down equipment. Then he left there, still working for me now. Mm-hmm. Went to Magnum, okay? Went to Magnum, like heavy haul and stuff for that. Then all of a sudden he disappeared. I'm like, man. He said, hey, boss. I said, what's up? He said, I got my own company. I said, oh, you got your own dump truck? He said, no, I got my own car hauling company. I said, congratulations. That is what makes me feel happy.
So you're of the mindset that pretty much anybody in this industry should pretty much have their own or be
absolutely
building towards having their own thing at some point.
Absolutely.
Or else why do it?
Yeah, unless you don't feel like doing it, or I'm not gonna say lazy because teach his own, but I'm not lazy. And like I said, I'm 53, like I'm still getting at it. But I feel like it's enough work for everybody. And if I can help you get a truck and take care of your family, I'm good. Like you can't. I mean, I'll pay you good money, but what driving for Link? I mean, my bill's gonna get paid regardless. But driving for Link for 2 years, 3 years, what you like it? Yeah, I pay you, but you should want more out of life. And if you don't want, I'm gonna push you to have more out of life. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first got here, I didn't believe when they said we 200, 300 dump trucks short a day. I mean, I got contractors calling me like, I need all you got. What do you mean? I need all the trucks you could get.
Yeah.
So when I try to bring certain subs in, they don't understand that I'm a businessman first. They just like, I want to do this and that. They want to go there, come over and then do their own thing. And I had to explain to them, I got like, I ain't trying to deal with that because it's business. I just feel like, yeah, you helping me take care of my family, but what can I do to help you take care of your family?
Right.
Like, yeah, there's 9 to 5s, but you come over this 9 to 5, I'm gonna show you how to get it.
No doubt.
And that's just it. Like my driver now had a detailing business. Now he's detailing my trucks. I'm going to take care of my team no matter what. No matter what.
No
Because
doubt.
I got an obligation.
So you don't have any problem filling the seats, I'm assuming, getting drivers.
No. I can show you right now, every day. Inbox, emails, go to the link in the bio. But anyway, every day people want to come on and like what we doing. But you got to understand too, some people look at the trucks and be like, I like your trucks. Like, is your AC working? Because over here, boss man, AC ain't working. No, you're not coming over here because I got a new truck. You coming over here because you want to do better. I don't know. I'm meticulous about who I pick. Mm-hmm. Like if I see you wanna grow, or you really like the industry, or you want to learn the industry, that's what I'm here for.
That's who you want on your team.
That's what I want on my team.
Okay, let's talk about some of the bad, because we don't cover enough of the bad stuff. So earlier in the podcast, you talked about not being paid for some months or whatever the time period it was.
Right.
Were there any signals or anything that you like now know what you know now in hindsight that if you could have seen that kind of coming to prevent yourself from going so long without a paycheck? Kind of talk to me about how the industry works and things of that nature to help people out now.
Right. So I'm gonna touch on that first. Again, when I moved down south, I kept to myself. I really didn't mess with people. And then when some people saw who I was dealing with, I don't believe everything people say. But they was like, oh, I wish you would have told me, man. He ain't paying everybody. He not paying nobody and stuff like that. You call my secretary right now. First thing Monday morning, I don't want to know what jobs we got. I could care less. Who's getting paid? How much is this person paying me? That's my first order of business. I don't care about nothing else. Not to sound no disrespect to my contractors, because these are my circle, my peoples, whatever. I need you to get the contractors get paid. Now I'm dealing with a situation now when you get billing invoices, we match up what they supposed to get paid, just in case there's a mistake. If there's a mistake, I'm cutting the check right away. And I'm having a hard time with one company continue sending invoices and stuff like that. So I tell anybody in the industry, make sure the money is right. That's first and foremost. That's what you're here for. You're here to work.
What kind of terms are you looking for on payment?
Well, I start off net 30 for new guys. After that, you're getting paid every week.
Okay.
But again, if your paperwork ain't right, I tell everybody from jump, if your paperwork ain't right, you can't expect to come to me and say, we messed up or you messed up and I need a check now. It don't work.
Well, you're talking about your subs. Yeah. I'm talking about your customers. Are they paying you net 30 or are they paying you? So what kind of terms are those? That's what I'm talking about.
So good educational term I tell people, it's different. When you're dealing with contractors that I deal with that's in the dump truck industry, that's moving, sub, whatever that, I get after net 30, I get paid every week.
Okay.
Now when
so you get paid net 7.
So yeah. But now when I'm dealing with contractors, the big companies, okay, like I use my friend's company, East Coast Drilling, for a prime example. Don't get it wrong, they got the money. I mean, millions, but they don't bill like that. So when I did jobs for him, I billed him right away after the week. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I get that check yet? He said, what check? I said, I billed you guys. And he was like, no, construction industry, like contractors, we do things differently. We may not pay until 30 days or 60 days. And I said, oh, I'm good. But he said, no, I'll take care of it. I said, no, I'm good. And this and that. But I learned that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So contractors pay 30, 60 days. Some mostly 60.
So he may pay you earlier, but his actual terms are really net 30 or next 60.
Yes.
But because you have a relationship, you're gonna get paid sooner.
Right. And then it happened again. Nothing bad.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing my friend for no money and stuff like that. My account's good and stuff like that. But he was like, over here, this is how you do things and stuff like that. And then one time he found out that he didn't pay me. He's like, oh, you got the check? I was like, no. He said, what? You ain't paid? Got on the phone real quick. He said, I'll bring it tomorrow. You get it the next day. But contractors themselves, they pay, like I said, 30, 60 days.
Okay.
So I learned that as well because I was billing every week. Like,
yeah, 100%. You need that money,
and I didn't want to be that guy,
right?
While we eating dinner,
like you begging,
yeah. Or at his son football game or that, like, you think I can get that check? But I hit my secretary, did we get paid? She said, still not get paid. I'm like, damn, like, what's up with that check? I ain't gonna ask my man for it, but yeah, that's how they pay.
I mean, so you're lucky but you're still able to get paid every week.
Yes.
But other people who, like, let's say you don't have a relationship with him, they may be waiting 30, 60 days.
If you went to his company now or anybody went there now, you waiting 30, 60 days.
Right.
Definitely.
Which could be a problem because, I mean, you still got to float that payroll and take care of those drivers.
So that's why I was trying to explain to my team yesterday, like some of these contractors that I am friends with, before I had this meeting with them next week and knock on the doors, I just got to make sure we all on the nucleus on one same accord. Because when I say I got a truck, one thing about me, I'm gonna tell you about this industry and I'm gonna say this to everybody. Never turn down a job, pretty much, or never say no. And I learned this from these guys. So
never say
he had a job. He wanted me to go about a little over an hour and a half. Whatever. It was a distance, a little over. So I reached out to some subs, I got a job, this and that. And I didn't know he was gonna pay for the hotels. He said he would have thrown in extra some food, this and that. But because I had just got locked in on something with my guy over here, I told him no. So we were, he goes, hey, you do that job yet? I said, no. I said, no. He said, don't you ever say no. Like he said it like intense. Like he's like, this ain't no friendship. I'm telling you on a business thing. Don't you ever say no. I said, well, with the money, the gas, he said, I know. He said, you should have threw out a number. I said, but what if it was? He said, you should have threw out a number. He said, we got the money. It was his company too at that. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm looking at $250 a load a night. He said, okay, and throw the number out. Let me tell you no. Especially if you all got something new and you got all these people reaching out to you, but you don't know if your team or, you got the work or the trucks, but I didn't want to do that. And I had just got this one working with these guys, this contract. We working in the rain, we doing everything. I just didn't want to, I was like, man, I couldn't. He said, nah, man, you should have threw me a crazy number and let me tell you no. So that's a lesson that I learned from him. I'll never tell you, I'll give you a number. I won't say no, but I'll give you a number.
So now what if you give him a number and he says yes, but you don't have the capacity to do the work?
Oh, I get the capacity.
Okay.
Because if I know I'm going to throw out a number like that, you best believe. You know what I'm saying? And that's just see when it comes to business. I don't like to, like I tell guys, I don't like to take on too much so I can chew.
Right.
Like I'm moving the way that I'm, like you said, I'm relaxed. I'm cool. I'm moving the way that I want to move.
At your own pace.
Because again, I don't want to tell somebody something that I can't. Because your name, learned this from God rest my dad, your name and your credit is everything. And that's just it. I don't want to be that guy that, he told me he'd give me trucks, or he told me he could do that, or he came in that. Because the dump truck industry is big, but it's not big. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows of this company over here. They undercut. They do this, they do that.
Once your name is mud, it's mud.
It's mud. So I'd rather do things the way that I'm doing. Unfortunately, it's my way.
Yeah.
I'm not moving as fast. I see guys getting trucks quick. God bless them. The difference between me, I want everybody to win. I don't even know you. If you go to my page, I'm filming guys that got new trucks, putting them on, because that's just how I am. Okay, who you are. But branding and how we move things is just how we do over here.
How do you think about scale in terms of when it's time to, like you just said, you got 3 new trucks coming, right? Like, how do you, in terms of like handling your finances and knowing when you're ready to move, because you say you like take your time and pace yourself.
Right.
So how do you think about scale? Because you have the work, right? So you can probably say, oh man, I got I got 4,000, lots being erected here, and I got this going on. I could probably get, 50 more trucks if I wanted to. So how do you pace yourself and take your time? And how do you, what are you looking at to say, okay, now it's time to get one more or two more or three more, or don't move yet?
Glad you asked that. So how I do things, again, strategic. Baby girl, she's about to be 8th grade. 4 more years. Now, I should have had the pink slip for the one truck already. And now remember, I'm not paying a note and stuff like that. So I'm scaling everything for when she gets out of school. You know what I'm saying? These trucks, these 8 trucks, will be damn near paid for. And I don't have nothing to worry about that. I got to work, but I'm also starting my other business.
Okay.
So I got a lead driver that'll hold down everything. And again, I got a good support system. But be honest, I could go buy 10 trucks now.
So you're paying down all these trucks. Your goal is to pay everything off and have the trucks paid for and have them as something you own, and you ain't got to worry about that note.
Absolutely.
So before you move on to get more, you want to pretty much have them like they're paid now.
Well, they're coming, but when you got people that's getting all these contracts, like I said, my man got North Carolina and 5 other states. He knows what work is coming, and if they gonna slow down, I got these trucks. You know what I'm saying? I got to worry about that. Now, each dump truck company lender allow you to take a hold. So I could put a payment. So say I can't make the payment this month. I said put it on the back end. I'm already thinking out this box already. I got 5 trucks. Don't pay the note for 3 months. There's going to be interest occurred, but take all that money for the next 3 months, go crazy, and put it in my portfolio.
What do you mean by that? You mean like stocks?
So I have a portfolio.
Because we going somewhere else. What are we talking about? What portfolio?
So basically, kind of like stocks and everything.
Okay.
It's doing very well right now.
Okay.
And by a certain amount of time, we'll be getting a check every month.
Okay.
For the rest of our life.
Okay.
So pull those 3 months. Got to work. So imagine 3 months, each truck. You're talking about 5 trucks right now. Or let's say all 8 trucks. $5,000 a month paying for a note. That's $40,000 a month just alone on notes that I'm not paying. Mm-hmm. Then not to mention what I'm getting paid for the work. You throw that in there, stuff like that. I could pay down the interest that I just took out of there, but that money is making money.
So almost using it like a loan.
Yeah, basically.
You're like financing yourself.
Yeah, basically.
To make other moves, and then you could have the lender. You could let them wait and pay them because you still know you can do that, but you could use that money to do other things with it.
Right, just like these trucks that came in, because of who I know got me all the lines of credit right now. I ain't pay a dime for none of my trucks right now.
Yeah.
So now I take that money or a line of credit to start the other business or do something else. So like I said, with me starting the other one. And I should be pretty well with that. The next 3 trucks after that, I should be good. I'm done.
Talk to me about, you just now said you ain't pay a dime for none of those trucks. I know you paid for the first one because you paid $30,000 down for that one. Yeah. But after that, when you got hip to using OPM, other people's money, talk to me about getting lines of credit. How did you start doing that?
So with the gentleman that I met, and he showed me how to do it. He showed me how to put, certain things, how to pay certain things down, how to scale my business, how to scale my credit, how to pay on certain things.
This is business credit?
Yeah, business.
Okay.
What to do. In my consultations, I'll tell you right now, because, business credit and personal credit is different.
For sure.
I could tell you right now, 5 things you could go apply for right now, and that stuff will scale you right now.
Tell us 4, and let them come to you for the 5.
I like that. Granger, Uline, Staples, Best Buy. I let them come with me for the rest. I got a lot. So the trade line, my trade lines is ridiculous right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now when it's time for the trucks, and like I said, that allowed me to get the lines of credit to a good number right now.
Okay.
So don't get it twisted. You got to pay stuff back. But when I'm good as far as that. Okay. So again, So you've been able to get your trucks on business credit? Absolutely. No PG? No. Okay. I don't know. I can tell you my credit score right now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know it. No, I'm just saying, if I had to get my trucks, I'm assuming it's good. It's over 680. You better add 100 to that.
I said over. I mean, that could be anywhere from 680 to 850. I mean, I'm giving you, some range.
But I say this to people, and I'm not trying to, like you said, I'm laid back. Like, you got to educate people. Like, you got to show people. I don't keep nothing in. Even though people cut my throat and undercut me for work and stuff like that, I love, because if I can help you, it's a bless. I ain't saying I'm getting a blessing back, but it makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know how to get the lines of credit, and I know how to trade lines. I know what banks look for now. Just had a phone call a couple minutes ago about a trade line. A line of credit. And stuff like that. You get around the right people, you educate, they show you and stuff like that. You make the right steps.
Yeah.
That I will say. And I don't have no problem showing nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you got good intentions.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because that situation on social media, when social media started popping, people used to always post like, if someone can't sit at your table, or we only put people at your table and stuff like that. I thought it was something foul to say. Like, how am I going to judge somebody that can't sit at my table and stuff like that? But now I feel that way. Like, what do you have to talk about?
What do you bring to the table?
Right. And so now with everybody that I deal with, we not talking bands and money and businesses.
Yeah.
There's nothing to talk about. No disrespect, but that's just where I'm at right now.
I got you. Mm-hmm. What is a good profit margin for a truck? How do you, like, in terms of your finances, how do you look at like the profit that you're actually making off of each truck? How do you look at that in terms of profitability and making money?
I look at, depending on who you're working for, where you at. Because I say the average note, and I could be wrong. If you're getting a new truck, it depends if you're getting a new truck or a new truck. You should make at least $1,000 a day. 1,000 times 5 is...
business owner should make $1,000 a day, or the truck?
The truck.
The truck should make $1,000 a day. Okay. And then your driver's going to make a percentage of that. You're going to have to put some of that towards fuel. Go ahead.
Right. My driver's on hourly.
Okay.
So some guys that got tonnage, they also... they pay their guy a percentage of the tons that they do. That means they out there hauling, they moving and stuff like that. I pay my guys good. If you pay somebody good, here's my thing, right? You can't grow without a good team.
Right.
And I tell some people what I pay my drivers. They like, you nuts. You
pay them, overpay them, and what people would think.
I'm not going to say over. Oh.
They say you're nuts. Why? Because you're paying them too little, or you're paying them too much?
I'm paying them good.
Okay.
But I want to say this too. I forgot to put the plug out there too.
Okay.
To the Jennings. Al and his father.
Yeah.
Ran into them in Ohio, 2 blocks away from my mother. It's crazy.
That's what's up.
So I'm
Shout out to them.
I'm going to see them in Ohio. So like Mr. Jennings said, you got to pay these guys. And that's what I do. I pay my drivers good. And I know I'm going to get it back in the long run, because now I'm paying them good. They're actually working. You know what I'm saying? I calculate all that. So at the end of the day, when I look at, you making 20-something an hour. Now, I'm not going to pay you something that's going to break the company either.
For sure.
But I'm paying you 20-something an hour. You're going to get those loads. And my lead driver, he's one of those guys that like, I'm glad I'm building up. It's like, boss, I got this. Trust, you relax, I got this. We going to get this. And he'll make sure my drivers now is getting a decent amount of loads a day and stuff like that. And I'm good.
How much loads is typical for your drivers to get?
Now, because and I believe in family, his wife had a baby. So he just started with me. But that's why I brought him over, because of how he was, his experience. His wife had a baby, and I told him, family first. Don't come over here until they take care of that princess or whatever. So now he just started, and he's on point. So a good day for me, you give me 6 to 7, I'm okay with it.
6 to 7 loads? That's up and down?
No, total. Because what I'm getting paid, 7 loads a day is good for me.
7 loads a day. So you're running up and down 7 times. That's what I'm saying. Like
7 times.
7 times. Okay, and that should make you to make the truck $1,000.
Absolutely. Actually, more. I mean, some days I'm getting a lot more.
Okay.
I could tell you last week, like no. I think we was making the distance from Triangle to Route 70. Every truck made about $1,350 at least that day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a long haul. And another thing too, being with my background, I always tell my drivers, when I give you the job, figure out the easiest route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Always got to prepare yourself just in case of accident or something. I'm just mindful. I'm always thinking like that. But one thing you not do, I better not get a phone call that you speeding. you get paid well enough, stay in the right lane. And he told me, somebody said the other day, there goes the slow crew. All right, we be the slow crew, but guess what? We safety first. We doing what we supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that don't sound too slow. Y'all knocking out 6-7 loads a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you get the job done.
And I tell my guys too, when we doing tonnage, the quarry opens up at 6:30. I pay you from the before you get there. That's just me being generous. I want you there first. People always complain, oh, he always there early. But you know how traffic is in the morning. You get that first load, by the time you get loaded, by the time you get back, all that traffic, you already, half the day is over. You already got a load off your back and stuff like that. I tell them.
How long do they normally wait at the quarry to get loaded?
They usually start 6:30, sometimes 6:25, depending who you are, but I'm usually the first trucks.
And you guys are out of there by what time?
By 6:45,
Okay.
6:35.
So like 15, 20 minutes.
Gone.
You load it up.
Because we the first ones.
And then how long does it take for you to get offloaded?
Depending if it's been raining, if they got to blade the site first, because again, it's bad. Like last week, I got stuck. Like both my trucks got stuck, actually. If they don't blade the sites after rain, depends on where we go.
Let's say no rain. Let's say weather is perfect.
The jobs we on now, we dumping that within the first 5 minutes.
I want to introduce to you guys the Truck and Hustle Entrepreneurs Community, a powerful network built for transportation and logistics entrepreneurs by transportation and logistics entrepreneurs who really get it. Whether you're just getting started or looking to build, grow, and scale, TNHEC gives you the roadmap and resources to make it happen. From business planning to real industry connections, expert insights, and a support system that wants to see you win, we've got you covered. Nah, this isn't another Facebook group. This is Truck and Hustle's first ever official community, and it's designed for your success. So, if you're serious about growing your business in transportation and logistics, now is the time. Join the Truck and Hustle Entrepreneurs community today, and let's build something special and amazing together. Let's go. Okay.
On the site.
So it takes 5 minutes to dump it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
And then we back on the road and back down whichever highway we going.
Got it. You do that 6 to 7 times a day.
Yes, sir.
So if the truck makes $1,000 a day, how much should the business make out of that $1,000?
I always say, again, I'm stuck on 700, and people be like, oh, you should be making more. But so I know how to scale the next year. I do like every 6 months to a year, like what I should be making. And again, even with my subs, I hear stories of how people pay subs. I figure if you pay subs good, they're gonna stay with you as well.
Yeah.
So I do mine again with numbers. At the end of the year, if you pay subs good, they're out there working. At the end of the year, when it shows what I made, then it changes to now I could buy more trucks as well when I run my credit and my taxes and everything at the end of the year. I understand we all have to make money, but I also believe in treating people fairly too.
For sure.
I just don't believe in doing people wrong. So I pay you what you're supposed to, you're gonna stay over here.
100%. 100%. So you said the business should make 700, and that's before you pay all your bills. Or is that after you paid all your bills?
After I paid all my
Okay, so you should
I should make 700 a
about
day,
700 a day.
You know? But then you gotta look at it too. When diesel was bad, like it was stressful. Like when diesel was going up, it was just like, yeah, we might want to drive slow. I'm thinking of all things, drive slow, maybe not take this route or whatever. But it's part of the business.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. What are some other pitfalls or some other challenges that people should look out for in this industry? We just talked about not getting paid on time or not getting paid at all. Mm-hmm. What is another thing that happens that people wouldn't know until they actually have to find out the hard way?
Well, pay is one. Two, can't trust everybody. And everything that glitter ain't gold and everything that they say until you do your research, this and that.
Expound on those.
Well,
trusting. Let's say the trust first.
Right. Like some people put you on the job site and tell you it's going to be this, but then you find out it's nothing. Or like you may have a tonnage job, for example, which has happened, and I'm sitting there waiting, like, you gotta get paid. Like if you're getting paid tonnage, you're getting paid a certain amount, say like $8 a ton or something like that.
Right, you're not on the clock.
Not on the clock. And then there's something going on at the site, the equipment breakdown or something like that. And now you sitting a whole hour, 2 hours, like you gotta convert that over to hourly or something like that. That happens.
What do you do in that case?
Get in touch with the contractor himself.
And what do they do? Do they do anything about it, or
some will? Well, some show their due diligence, But some will give you a hard time too. Like, well, that's not, their allotted money or what they're going to pay you for. But sometimes, like, well, the ones I've dealt with have, came through on like, okay, I get it. Because it's not an everyday thing that it happens.
Yeah.
But you got to look at that too. If you don't know the business, you frustrated, you're doing tonnage and you sitting there for 2 hours and like, this broke down and you got to change this and stuff like that. And then you ain't make no money today. Now you're frustrated.
Yeah.
So I tell everybody, you got to know the business. Like
How long is too long to wait?
I'm about to curse. For me, the way we move, I'm going to say, if y'all moving half an hour, I'll be nice. So half an hour is too long to wait to try to dump a load. They fixing equipment. No, I needed something going on. Once the 45-minute stretch, like, yo, something's got to give.
Half an hour, you making a phone call.
Absolutely.
Or at least 25 minutes. You like, well, we got to do something.
Absolutely. And I've done it. But again, who you working with, the people I work with, I'll reach out and say, hey, this going on. And then they'll say, well, contact or contact, and I'll do it. And they'll work something out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I try to work, with everybody. I try to make it smooth and simple.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy, again, that's always conflict, always got issues, always complaining. It's like, let's work together, man. We got, when I see some of these job sites, bro, I could bring you to North Carolina and I could tell you could drive down.
I'd love to come.
Definitely. I'm going to give you the invite. Yo, you could drive down, and I introduce you to the good fellas too, but you would drive down a highway one day, and a week later, you drive by and be like, damn, they done cleared this out. Like, what the hell going on? Excuse me. But, like, we're building.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not enough trucks. It's not. It's definitely not.
It's not enough.
No, I had a guy.
Still 400 trucks short.
At least 300. I had a guy from New York hit me up the other day. It's like, I think I want to come down there. You think you'll have work for me and stuff like that. Matter of fact, not Al and his father, but another guy from Ohio just reached out to me too. It's like, it's slow. So I guess in Ohio, they do a lot of asphalt. And in the wintertime, they don't have the snow removal like how Hyro and them have up there. So I guess the state do it. So they get slow up there. And I had 3 guys from Ohio contact me recently talking about, yo, can I come down there and work for you in the winter? And I would love to do that. I mean, I had somebody when the hurricane came asking if we had work and if I had work. That's another thing too, and I put this out there. I could have went down there. They had money and stuff like that. And I try to, even when Lady Lockley and other people reach, I try to put people to people, send people to who I trust or think they would do people right. But I chose to stay. Take care of home. Because I get it, money's out there. But when you go chase the money, these contractors, everybody talk. So when you leave and go away, and I get it, it's for a good cause. I know that. But when you go down and you taking your trucks when you was, I guess, loyal to somebody, and then you leave and come back, I can't do that.
You're leaving your post.
Right. And then they saw that. And then I got a lot of relationships when a lot of guys left.
Right.
You never know who's who. And like I said, on Saturdays, when I go downtown and eat with these guys and stuff like that, each week they introducing me to more people and different people that's in the industry that I wouldn't know that was even who they are.
Yeah.
And some knew, actually like, why you ain't go to Asheville? And I was real. Like, I didn't go to Asheville because this is home. I go to Asheville, make all that money, I get it. But when it's time to come back, I left you. You know what I'm saying? So now how can you, it's business, don't get it wrong, because that's what we do is business. But me personally, I didn't do it. Yeah. And they understood who they did.
Because those guys will still be looking for you to move their loads, and you're like, nah, I'm in Nashville, man. I'm getting like, okay, cool.
Right. And I learned from these guys.
Pick a side, stay there. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, that's it. So I learned from these guys. Like at the end of the day, I don't be going to these contractors that I break bread with and say, I need to know this. This is normal conversations. And it's just like, you got 3 trucks coming in? Okay, I got something coming up. When they coming in? And I told them these 3, my accountant told me right now, I already signed for them, but I can't take hold of them this year because of the tax way things are going on. Because like I said, all this just came at once. But I got 2, I'm telling everybody, I got 2 show trucks actually coming in. I mean, I love this. Like I got 2, and I told Country CO last year, I might put one of them in the Mid-Atlantic Truck Show next year. Like I really love this trucking. I really do.
I see. I see. All right. The second you said you don't get paid on time sometimes. You said trust, and there was another thing you said. What was the other? There was a third thing. We was talking about the pitfalls. We said you can't trust everybody.
Right.
You said you don't get paid on time, and there was one more. You remember
The site. Well, I was talking about the sites where things change up.
Okay.
So you gotta be on top of that as well. Like you don't like everything that everybody say ain't always what it is until you get it. That's why I stay in the truck. Like I need to know. So you ain't calling me. This job said we was doing this, but we doing something else. I have an obligation to make sure if I'm subbing you out, and I'm telling you something. Again, my word is everything. So if I tell you we running dirt today and we doing this and we moving there, that's what I expect for you guys to do as well.
So what could happen? Give me an example. They say it's dirt, and what you show up, and then what happens?
So this has happened before too. So I'm moving dirt and then switched over to what we call it. I'm having a brain freeze, but heavy like boulders, right?
Heavy boulders.
Yeah, like I can't think of the name. We got a name for it. I'm having a brain freeze.
It'll come back to you. Go ahead.
But with that being said, that stuff could damage the truck and stuff like that. And you're paying me $115 an hour because I got a quad, $120 for a quint, depending on the contract, or $110 for a quad, $115. At the end of the day, that type of material is not dirt. So you have to raise the rate and stuff like that. Because I have had that when a guy called me and said, they switched us over. And this ain't dirt. This can mess up the truck, stuff like that. And it has happened. So what you do is, I get on the horn. I got on the horn a couple of times and said, this is what's going on. And they had to change the rate. But
so you still moved it, but they just changed the rate.
But the rate's in. But you always got to expect change sometimes. Everything ain't going to be cookie crunch like they say it's going to be. And I deal with it too sometimes.
Why would that happen?
They may be done with their job, or they may need that material moved out the way or something like that.
Might just take priority.
Yeah, it might take priority, So you got to think about that, And it's more for that. But some people may not want that stuff in their truck.
Yeah.
Or they may have an aluminum bed, for example. An aluminum bed ain't good for having boulders and big stone, or Class A or Class B, which is the big rocks in there, because you can dent it up. It all depends.
Gotcha.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I was meticulous about certain things put in my truck, because when you get the excavator, they putting it in there. Some of these loaders, man, they don't care. Everybody says it's a dump truck. It's a dump truck. Well, it's my dump truck. And at the end of the day, when you dropping it in the truck, now you got some guys that'll take it and just be like, all right, scoop it, put it in, nice and gentle, because they have consideration. You got others to be like dropping it from there, like doom, 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 putting dents all in your truck. Nah, man, because next thing you know, you get a hole in the bed. If something happened, you paying for it.
That's right. Just getting started, new or used. What do you recommend?
This sounds like a me and Al conversation.
This is gonna be my viral moment. Let's see. Let's get you a viral clip.
I treat all my truck. I say, Link himself, I prefer new.
But
to each his own. Like, I prefer new because at the end of the day, like a new car, I know who's driving it. Number one, I know nobody was in it before me, because I just saw the guy, good driver, this and that. He brought a truck from somebody, the engine blew. And they must have glued it together. He was like, I'm so mad, this and that, sold it. But I prefer, and with the warranty, because I know what I'm getting. Like, I know guys now, and I learned from High Road as well. Some guys will buy new trucks, get what they got out of it, trade it in, get a new one and stuff like that, pull money out of it and stuff like that. I just prefer new, because every one of my truck, like, my truck went to the shop yesterday, brand new truck, was on the road 2 days, okay? At least I know it was a brand new truck. What happened? The PTO wasn't engaged and stuff like that, had to take it there and stuff like that. Whereas if I brought the truck from Rahmel, oh, don't worry about it, got a 50,000 miles on, it's good, one owner, this and that, and then next thing you know, it's breaking down.
You trying to save on my truck, man.
I'm just saying. But you're gonna be frustrated.
Yeah.
I don't knock nobody getting used. Listen, I've seen some used ones. There's a guy that he took care of his KW, but it wasn't my color. And I know people like, it's a dump truck. They do the same thing. But Link is a brand. Link ain't a dump truck. Link is a brand. We do everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Any particular specs that you should get if you're getting your first dump truck that's you had to learn the hard way? Like, man, we didn't have this or that. And
Well, I did. I got mine like I was getting a Cadillac, number one.
So you had everything.
Yeah.
Respect that.
Gotta have a camera, because again, I gotta think about my drivers, because my vision is so off the wall. Like, I'm thinking about people like a female or a new driver. You got that camera that's another set of eyes. So every one of my trucks got cameras, okay? And I tell people, you should get that. If you don't, God bless you. Because you looking there, you don't know if the guy backing you up is even behind you. You don't even know if the ditch or you going down and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you, that's not everything. We went to I had a landscaping company I did up in Apex recently. And I backed up, used my cameras, everything. And I'm looking, now nobody's backing me up, but I'm looking and I see the ground. And next thing you know, the ground came from under my truck. So the back wheels was hanging off. And I stopped, I was scared. And all you saw was the wheels spinning. So stop, emergency brake, hooked the chains up, had them pull me out. And they was like, I don't know how the ground came from under you. But I believe in having a camera. And everybody's price range ain't the same. Everybody can't, like I tell everybody, get what you can afford. But I prefer new.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
So it's okay to get an old truck or use truck if you need to. It's not gonna hurt nobody.
No, it gets the job done. I'm just different.
Got it. Realistically, what type of money do you think you need to get started in this business? You started with $250K, but everybody's not like you. So what should you have at least in order to get started? Enough money to float you? What would that look like?
Well, if you come in link, I say, because I'm gonna put you to work.
Yeah.
I always say should have at least 2 months payment. Okay, enough to cover your diesel. Depend on your credit. You know what I'm saying? Because these banks right now, they understand what's going on. They'll rip you. So that's why I don't have an issue with nobody getting
What does rip look like?
9.5% on even a new truck, stuff like that.
What's a good rate?
I just got 6.
Okay.
But I also went through my bank.
Right.
Because of how the lines of credit, the people, the relationships, stuff like that. So now my one truck, my Peterbilt was more than my KW, but I'm paying less than my KW because I went through there. And it's all an educational tool. But I tell it, like I said, you should have at least startup money, depending if you're paying for the truck. If you're able to pay for it or you're putting down and you're financing. You should at least have 2 months. If you make sure you got work, number one. Number two, you should be able to have that note at least 2 months. And you always got to have something for a rainy day. Because I learned when I first started, there's sometimes a lot of people don't work in the rain. So look at what just happened. It rained, what, two weeks in a row?
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was blessed to get out there because of relationships. But at the end of the day, your truck's sitting. I had guys that I never even spoke to. You think I could get a day, this and that? And I love helping people, but then I say, you come over here with me and you work, and then next thing you know, you go somewhere else. I don't take it personal, but I have to run my guys first.
Right.
So.
What are you doing when it rains?
Hauling stock.
Hauling stock?
Yeah, it's like stone out the quarry.
Okay.
We got a little contract that we run a certain material when it rains.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I got that, somebody else's, but our team is.
So that's something you could always kind of turn to when it rains.
Yeah. Oh, but it's work out there. And I tell everybody, listen, back on the DBE situation, everybody can't get DBE.
Right.
And I'm always thinking outside the box. Like at the end of the day, if I can't get DBE and I can't get work, what if you're not a minority, you want to get in the industry?
Yeah.
Go to your local towns, okay? Go to your school systems. I end up going to the school system after going to a DOT meeting these women and stuff like that. Now I spoke to Ms. Pam like a couple months ago. Now I got a guy that does concrete, this and that. Matter of fact, I sent a sub, we did a tennis court for a school. Removed the concrete, my trucks removed the concrete, brought in stone and everything else. So don't be stuck on DBE itself. I did a job in Franklinton, which is 2 towns over for the city. Like you have to not settle because people throw that out there. Oh, I'm DBE, this and that. And nothing wrong with that. But that person ain't DBE and they moving. That person ain't DBE, so how they moving?
That's right.
So try to get to know like your local, I don't care if it's your councilman, cities, like I said, school systems, all that. People need to be able to move. Like I can show you, I'm also on another vendor site for dump trucks. I could click it right now and show you. From here down the shore, I could click right now. The other one was a utility company, Parks and Development. They needed material. So I could
Is that local? Is that a national site?
Yeah, just North Carolina.
Just North Carolina. What's that called?
What, the site? Oh, you're asking for the plug. Good. It's a vendor site. It's vendors. I'll tell you, man, because you're my guy.
Yeah.
Link Global Transportation. VendorNorthCarolina.gov. See, procurement opportunities.
Okay.
Right? So you just gave me the plug. I mean, construction. So I could go right here. State of North Carolina Construction Office. They building a construction office. Administration office. Department of Adult Corrections. So this I ended up doing a Wendy's for a guy that recently he had work. So you click on it, and now it just goes into my business. They may need concrete. They may need trees, landscaping, this and that. So now that I'm in the office that I'm in with these guys, I could click on it. I could get it, even DBE certified or not. I got that. It's work. It's work. And look, I'm looking at that. It's work in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse.
So that's basically market research, right? You can see who has the work, what opportunities are out there, and I'm sure that site exists in every local area,
every state,
every state you can find the same exact thing, right?
I would think so. Absolutely.
So go to your .gov, just put in the state, and you could probably Google it and find it.
And that's just it. Like you go to, like I said right now. So that's how I'm building. And then they got design services. I don't know nothing about design services, but right here is construction services.
Okay.
And this is opportunity for the state of North Carolina. Dear Mr. Link, like the portal, and you get on the portal, you do all that.
So tell me, so if you see something that you're interested in there, what would you do next? Like, you see
I would click on it. Like, here's a prime example. I will click on it. Department of Adult Corrections. So when it comes up, they may need stone, they may do all that. I would put in all
Does it tell you what it needs, or does it just
like, so it would tell you, you would click on that, or I could give you know what, I'm a real dude. I'm gonna tell you everything else. You could go on Plan Hub too. That's my other one.
okay?
And you could go up there and you could bid, and they'll tell you what it needs. Stone, it may need landscaping, it may need bricks, it may need electricity. Like, you could be a GC, I'll bid on it and be like, y'all got it. Rahmel, come on over here and do the GC work or whatever like that. I'm always thinking outside the box, and I always like to bring people into stuff I know, but you just can't. Like, all this is from me going places, shaking hands, getting educated on it, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
I don't mind helping people and stuff like that. But when I see it, so that's why when you say other trucks, like, I have other things lined up. And again, I tell guys I work for now, just be patient with me, because it's overwhelming. Because these are guys, like I said, I'm sitting down, we laughing and joking, and it's just like, well, you know, this job coming up and stuff like that. And I could tell, like, one of the guys I deal with, their payroll is just alone on equipment, $400,000 a month. You know what I would do with $400,000? I don't even know how he's paying like $400,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I see why people like so irate at times. But North Carolina is booming. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting point you brought up with the DBE, because I've seen, I read our comments and different things like that, and there's sometimes people like, oh man, you just get work because you're DBE. How do you respond to that as somebody who is a benefactor of that program, and other people who may not have those same opportunities because they're not DBE or MBE or one of these certifications?
I don't say because you DBE you're gonna get to work, because I don't believe nothing until I see it. So just to rewind, when I had talked to my man about it, but it didn't work at first. So we bid on a DBE. I'm DBE, you DBE. You bid high, I bid low. At the end of the day, one of us get it. It's ours.
That's what you thought. That was a mindset.
That was my mindset, to win. But everybody don't want to do that. But the guys that I'm with now understand that. And that's why these other guys that I'm with, they're like, that's how it should be. That's just being smart. So I tell anybody that can't, because DBE, it depends. If you're doing it yourself, if you mess up, it takes time to do the paperwork over and stuff like that. DBE, to me, and teach his own. It ain't the golden, if you get the contract, great, but there's no guarantee you're gonna get it. So what's your next move? That's why I did everything that I did and try to surround myself around good people that was on the same as me and stuff like that. you gotta go. You gotta knock on doors. You have to, because you counting on this DBE project I bid in. You know how many other minorities ain't putting in on that?
It's a lot of DBEs out there,
Guess
right?
what? Guess what? I learned, and I look. I tell it straight on camera right now. I know a couple situations because of who I met. Like, I could bid DBE and have 100 trucks right now, and I wouldn't get it. A lot of it gotta be who you know too.
Yeah.
Like, look how I move. Everything ain't based on me, but it's who you know. Like, people tell me all the time, at first, a couple months ago, man, you was in Fuquay, man, you was in Apex, you was all over there. Man, y'all trucks be everywhere, y'all be moving. I'm like, if they only knew it was just me. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I be like, we shaking and baking, I'm shaking and baking and stuff like that, because it's who you know and stuff like that. You're not, and again, I'm not knocking DBE, but you can't count on it. Especially you can't count on it, because what happens, like I said, you don't get it, you got to think about something else. You got to always have a backup plan.
Yeah.
I learned that from my mother.
What's the path to becoming the master contractor? To becoming the person who is giving out the work? How does that happen?
Okay.
Is that something you're even interested in?
To be honest, that's crossed my mind. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
But man, that's a headache. That's a headache, bro. I'm gonna be honest, because I've seen times.
Well, everything's a headache.
No, but
all business is a headache.
No, listen,
Talk
because
to me.
I've seen times that I've worked for people, and they was a big dog, like they was doing it, and things ain't go right, and you don't know what goes on. See, I like to communicate. Communication is everything. Some people don't, and then you may go out to a job and sit. Like, this is the time I went out on nighttime. I sat, and then I didn't get paid for it. But I stressed it, like, yo, your trucks was out there, this person was out there, this person was out there. We ain't get paid. All the contractor ain't call us, this and that. But my man, he went like, I don't care. I wasn't working for you. I was working for the contractor. The contractor is who paid you, so you need to pay us. And it depends on that. And then he got paid. But that's when I start seeing things like, sometimes people do what they want for who they want. So it could be a headache. I'm gonna be honest. But I'm built different. I can handle it.
Well,
Don't
I mean,
get
the
it
thing
wrong.
is, just like when you hire people and you push them to be more, I'm pushing you to be more. I'm saying, nah, as opposed to getting the work, and I think you can be the one giving out the work. I'm pushing you a little bit higher.
I ain't gonna lie.
So what do you say to that? I mean, because there's more. Like, there's levels to this, as they say.
Definitely. You know what? I appreciate that. I hear that a lot. It's a thought. Because I sell myself short to it a lot too. When I hear you are very smart. You want to feed a lot of families, a lot of companies. You know the business. Why not?
Right.
But like I tell my guys, just bear with me. Because I would love to feed a lot of dump truck industry, owner operators, the right way. Like, I just looked at a text the other day from yesterday. I don't really like nobody calling me OG, but guy was like, I saw your trucks going down the highway, love what you're doing, I want to get in the industry. I've been to OTR 3 years and stuff. How can I get in the industry? And I let him know, like, I'm going away on business. I said, get with me tomorrow. He said, it's up to you OGs to have us youngsters come up after you come up under you the right way.
Yeah.
And it touched me, along with a lot of them touched me, because I don't want to be that guy that, I love helping people. And this is someone that reached out. I felt like he was pouring his heart out to me. How can I do him wrong? So what you're saying, I feel it. And I could see myself doing it.
Yeah.
But the vision of the expansion of the company doing my other company now, it's just, I think once that get off and rolling, I come back to that.
What is your other company? You mentioned it like 3 times. What else are you working on?
Car hauling for the NFL, NBA.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how'd that come about?
My nephew plays for the Bills. And what happened was, before he got into the league, we helped him get his agent. He sat in the room. He said, I'm going to take care of everybody in here. no, I think Khaled was out with that, no new friends, whatever, at that time, because he's saying no new friends.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't want no money from you. I just want to haul, this is before the dump truck, I said, I just want to haul cars. I just want to haul cars for your friends. And he said, I'll take care of it. So I ordered a dually 2 years ago. Another issue with that, they must have sent an email about the molding. I didn't get it. So I just got that the same month with the dump trucks.
Yeah.
And about 2 months ago, he called me and was like, what's up with the car hauling? And I said, it's coming, patience, what else? I said, why? He said, I got somebody, this guy has 2 Rolls Royces. And a lot of those guys live in Miami. He was going to California. He wanted me to haul him. And I said, I'm thinking, I'm not rich, so I shouldn't even be thinking something. I was like, well, why would he want both his Rolls Royces to go to California? And he said, because he want to drive a different one. He's going to be out there at the time. And when people spending money, it's on that. So his financial advisor, who now is taking care of my portfolio, that's why I said what I'm doing, the portfolio, is on the NFLPA. So once I do that, he's putting Link Global Transportation on the NFLPA. So you got rookies, you got people coming in. They want to, like, if you're not going to make it in the playoffs, everybody ready to go on vacation. They ready to get back home. So they want their cars already back home by then. So again, I talked to a couple guys that had dualies. I was like, yo, I got a good lick. We could do this or whatever and stuff like that. Y'all want to do it. But at the end of the day, I got to think about myself. So the dualies in. My youngster, my first driver, who's now got car hauling, he's doing well. I'm going to plug him in as well. But now I just got to find an enclosed trailer. And then, I could go down to Carolina Panthers. I could go, he's in Buffalo. He lives in Florida. Half the team live in Florida, Texas, Arizona, straight down the East Coast.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going.
So it'll be like a specialized niche, just really moving cars for NFL players. And then it might expand into other sports, maybe in...
My financial advisor, not only that, he's got baseball, football, all major
athletes,
and head of Paramount. Like he did, like we talking about people that's wealthy.
Yeah.
So me personally, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
And
then that's why I came up with the name Global Transportation, because I'm not just stuck in one box. Like I'm moving. Like I'm gonna be doing other things. So you see, Link Global Transportation. Yo, can you haul a car? You got dump trucks. You got that. Like I'm always thinking about getting that bread. I ain't gonna lie.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I love that. What's our guy? Man, I can't remember right now. Rashad. He does he has enclosed trailers and he does like the luxury cars. I don't know why. Huh? High-end hauls. That's our guy. High-end hauls. Yeah. He does the like luxury exotics and all of that kind of stuff, and that's what he focuses on. And he has a dually too, and he has the enclosed trailer. You can actually see through it, and it's just kind of his whole thing. All right, what is the what's the biggest lesson you've learned in business? You know, in all these years, in the past 5 years, let's say building Link. What's the biggest lesson you've learned?
I'm gonna have to agree with some of the guys that get on me. Don't take it so serious. Don't get so affectionate, into this. Because I love this. I love this industry. Don't fall in love with the truck so much, this and that, and just continue building your brand and stuff like that. It'll work itself out.
So you think that having that affection for the trucks has been a negative in certain aspects? Because you said we're talking about a lesson here. Well, so has it ever negatively impacted you?
I want to say the love I have for the industry. I tell everybody, it's impacting me in a way. Like I'm gonna be real. Like I appreciate what you said, and it's got me thinking, because I said the other day, like, man, after these trucks, I'm done. Because I see so much of the, we can't work together and do this when we can, because we the ones with the trucks.
That's right.
Because I made a mistake when I got here. Like coming from up north, I saw something wrong, like us waiting for 2 hours, 3 hours for a job. I was like, yo, where the union at? Like, let's kind of, they was like, man, shh, don't say that down here. They'll never work here. I said, for what? You can't talk union down here. And I'm like, damn, right, I'm from up north. But if we all stuck together, we would all win, but that's not gonna happen. So my biggest downfall is like, don't fall in love too much. Like just do what you gotta do. If it's in your heart to help people, then help people. I know. Listen, I know I'm solid. I'm a good dude, and I'm gonna stay on that.
Yeah.
And even if you done me wrong, and if you done me wrong, and I'm still gonna I'm just that type of dude. I still look out for you.
Yeah.
You know, I got my blessings already.
100%. 100%. All right, bro. I think, man, we've been rocking for a minute. I think we've been talking for like 2 hours at this point.
That's all love.
Nah. Great interview. Really good learning more about the business and you and what you're building. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
And I know that you're going to continue to grow this thing and hopefully one day I can come to North Carolina and you'll be just running everything, man.
Well, ain't no hopefully. You got the invite. Working on some things.
There it is.
Definitely.
There it
I
is.
can show you some guys down there that's really doing it. That take you down, like show you diverse, show you how contracting companies is doing stuff, whatever, how I got in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. Final thought, man. First, we always end the show with two things: final thought, and then letting everybody know where they connect with you. So, first, where can everybody learn more about you? What do you got going out there? This is your call to action.
Okay.
Throw it out there.
Well, first,
I like that watch too, by the way.
Appreciate you, my guy.
You ain't showed enough in the interview.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Bow. No, let me stop. Hard work got this. I'll tell you that much. But Link Global Transportation LLC, I believe, on IG. You reach out to me. Hit the link in the bio. I still do consultations, and I tell everybody just hit me up. I'm truthful. I get you. If you're in the Raleigh area, and I say this respectfully, if you don't have a dump truck and you want your CDL, reach out to Big Prime. There's a guy that called Big Prime. He not only does dump truck, he has a CDL school. He'll get you squared away. One of my drivers went to his school and he's doing well. So you reach out to him. If you want to get sub work, if you want to get work, contact me, link in the bio. Also, Lions Trucking, you can get in touch with him. He'll sub you out. ARC Landscape and Nick will sub you out. These are guys I know. TDLD, guys that I know. It's a bunch of nature. It's a bunch of people. Like I said, it's that you will. Like you come through me, I'll put you in the right spot. Because if I can't get it to you, one of my guys will definitely give it to you or stuff like that. That I know. But like I said, this is their first time probably seeing me because nobody knows who Link is. Like the other day, somebody reached out to me and they was like, "Oh, this is a female-owned company? Oh my God." And I'm just sitting there. They was like, "How do I get in touch with Maya?" And I'm like, "Maya?" I forgot I got my daughters on every truck. This is hers.
Okay.
So I got Doc McStuffin with her name on it because she wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, wow. So that's funny. My daughter like Doc McStuffin too.
Yeah. So I'm doing it for her. So basically it is her company. So at the end of the day, I'm here to help. You know what I'm saying? So just reach out. I will get, if I don't have the answer, I'll tell you this much, I will get the answer for you.
I love that.
And that's just it. That's how you get in touch with me.
No doubt.
Things that's coming, we got work coming. That's just it, work. And that's a blessing. And we're going to keep the wheels turning. Y'all know when y'all see me coming down the highway, it's clean. And
no doubt. Clean blue, glow in the dark trucks.
That's right. The marathon continues.
That's it. And final thought, man. What do you want to leave the entrepreneurs, the dreamers out there with?
One thing about me, like you said, I'm laid back, but I'm going to keep it a buck. And I say this. You do yourself a disservice if you don't watch Truck and Hustle. And I'm not saying this because you in here. I didn't get to where I was, like finding out everybody was on your show. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know Truck and Hustle existed. So when you got episodes, it may be logistics or people at the port and other things and stuff like that. I don't just look and see if you got dump truck guys. Like there's a dude on IG called Hard Knocks. He goes up to everybody, "Hey, excuse me, can I interview you for a second?"
Yeah, School of Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Bro, you think I don't watch that? You don't think my business is growing because of that? I pay attention. So you're the blueprint to the industry. If people really paid attention, some of your guests, matter of fact, all your guests are very beneficial and helpful. So I say that to the people, like this is the cornerstone of trucking. And it's good that, like when you reached out, it's like, "Yo, I've been watching, people want you up here." That brought a tear to my eye because I can't let the community down now. You know, so that's why I'm always videotaping. And I'm going to be real. Like sometimes I'm like, "Man, I don't feel like pulling this camera out, doing this. I'm tired of this." But I know people are watching and I'm helping people. So I tell everybody on this final word, like, lock in the truck and hustle. Reach out to me. Also, you can call me on my phone, 919-768-2047. I may not answer on the first ring because I want to see who it is, but other than that, I'll get to you. And then, like I said, my consultations. And I want to just plug out from East Coast, everybody that's helped me as well. Hyro, Jay Rich, the Jennings fathers, brothers, Tiffany, Country CEO, Pull Up Bar Master, all those people have part of my success.
Wow. Wow. Shout out to all the fam, man. You named a bunch of people that are near and dear to me, man. So that's dope that we're already connected, even though we're just meeting today for the first time in person. We're already family, right? Through our other family members. And now that we've connected, we're continuing to grow that family.
Absolutely.
So, man, hustle fam. You know what we do around this time. If you smell something burning, it's only a desire. Myself, Mr. Sean Link Global Transportation. Man, we out. Let's go. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm happy to announce that we finally launched our YouTube memberships. Listen, if you want to support Truck and Hustle for all the hard work that we've been doing over the past 5 years, this is where you need to be. As a part of our memberships, number one, you'll get exclusive access to all of our archive content. Number two, we'll be doing at least one live webinar with one of the guests or somebody else from our network that you love to continue to add value to you and your business. Third, we'll be having exclusive behind the scenes content that we shoot and doesn't, make the final cut. So make sure you go check it out. Get that subscription right now and join us, man. TNH forever. Let's go. All right, guys, if you love Truck and Hustle and you love the interviews and the information that we're providing week to week, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All right, Hustle fam.